Hello, is this thing on? Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous day so far today. Hello, hello. Look, it's my full face cam right here. Welcome in to Royce. Congrats on being the first to arrive. Ooh, interesting. Hello, Heston. Welcome in. Hey, Moonlit Knight. Hello, Zonli. How has everyone's day been? My day's been really good. Thanks for asking. Hey Ellie, welcome in. Hello Sapling, congrats on your sap. And your 10 stream streak as well. Crazy face cam, what's crazy about it? Is it that crazy? Did nothing today, unfortunately. That's a good thing sometimes, honestly. Hey Fig, welcome in. Hello to Shy Killjoy, congrats on your 2 canceled classes. And your nap. Wow. Hello Frazzle, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Pickle Rick as well. And Witch, hello! 5 stream streak for Frazzle, congrats. Hi Crescent Rolls. Welcome in DMNC. Hopes everyone's doing super well today. You haven't seen this one yet. Wow, yeah, it's pretty new. But yeah, we've had it for a bit. You got surgery and you're recovering? Well, I hope you feel better soon. Let me get this there. Pointing at my face. I hope your recovery is going well, which I feel like I was going to say something, but I missed it. Well, welcome in, everyone. My plan today is to start out with a video. We're going to be talking about what is the 999 challenge. It's a video I've wanted to make for like 2 years now, and just haven't done that. So we're going to try and do it live and see how it goes. I imagine it'll be fine. Hopefully you guys will ask questions that I can answer. That'll make things a little bit better, I think. Oh, it's nice of you, Moonlit Knight. You're cromulent, Royce. Very nice. Ah, to be cromulent. So I did what I said I was gonna do. I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm like 6 episodes in. I couldn't help myself. Thank you, Witch, for summoning Sneakers and, of course, Sneaky. Congrats on your 5 stream streak, Firefly. You gotta drop out. You're using data at the moment. No problem, Firefly. Thanks so much for coming by. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. I hope your data recovers quickly and quietly. Alright, I'm putting off the inevitable a little bit. I'm not so sure how I want to go about this video, but I have done this. We have the setup here done for presenting something. So I've kind of recreated the thing. Hey Will, welcome in. So I had it on Streamlabs. I had something like this, but now we're on OBS. So I had to recreate it, and I think it turned out really well, actually. I think it's pretty good. This is still hilarious, by the way. I love this so much that below it is just my face. But we can just keep that up, so it's fine. Alright. I've been thinking it through like all day, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm ready to record this video. We're going to turn off the music so that Ava can add their own music to it. Or better music, probably. Music that's not going to get cut off every time I cut the video. Hi, Mel. Welcome in. Maybe my brain is tired from figuring out how to install mods. Ooh. Well, you got it done, didn't you, Mel? Congratulations on that. Get your nap in. And Lil Nut, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Lovely name you got there. 409. Well, at least there's a 9 in it, Will. You got that going for you. 945. I swear, sometimes you all get so lucky on those. Out of nowhere, too. Alright. So we're gonna pop this open. This is not like how I normally want my game to be played. So this isn't my normal setup, obviously. We have that over here. And we're going to keep this, obviously. This is just for making videos because it looks a little nicer for like YouTube stuff. One of these days indeed, Will. Hope you're doing well today, Will. It's good to see you. Oh, I was clicked off the screen. I was wondering why I wasn't loading. Alright, there we go. Cats keep sneezing in my face. My dog does that a lot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to zoom in as much as possible. And this is essentially what my video is going to look like here. So see how it kind of like frames it pretty well by keeping it in the center. I think it's pretty close to centered. If it's not centered, it's pretty close. And then we can see what's in here. And I can walk over to the side. You can see everything. If I zoom out, that doesn't work quite as well. Hey, Waffles. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Seb is currently napping as well, so now would be the best time for me to try and nap. Go for it, Mel. If you got to get some sleep, get some sleep. All right. So the current plan here is to just kind of talk through some things, but let me make sure everything's working really quickly. So if I open up my spreadsheet, yes, we can see the whole spreadsheet. Very good. And if I do checklist, we can go to the FAQ, right? Yeah, and it's lined up pretty nicely here. I kind of wanted to change the background on this because it's really bright, right? I don't remember how to do that, though. I did it for my other thing. Format options? No. I don't remember how I did that. Does anyone know? Spark, congrats on your 5-stream streak. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. All right. I'm pretty sure whatever I say, Ava's just going to save me with the editing. So I think it's really just smart for me to go for it. I wonder if I should just record this, because recording works with OBS. It doesn't crash my thing, so it might be ideal, actually. I kind of want to mess with my chat options so they stay on screen for longer. They disappear so fast. I don't have to think about it. Ooh. How are you doing today, Spark? I feel like I'm ready, but it's always so scary to start these things. I usually do fine once I'm started, but I actually have to start. Anna J, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Sorry, I just noticed. Oh, your stack check was the really good one. Should I start here or should I start here? Obviously with the thing unpaused. I think we start here, right? It feels more homely. Maybe I can zoom out just a little bit. How bad does that look over here? Yeah, I can't do that. We can zoom in a little bit. That's fine. All right, are y'all ready? Okay. Hello and welcome everyone to another video about the 999 challenge. My goal today is to go ahead and go through with you a bunch of the little facts about this challenge. First of all, I want to do kind of a big overview of the challenge as a whole. What is it? And then second of all, I want to talk about the rules. And then additionally, I want to just mention some questions that are probably going to crop up about the challenge. I've wanted to do a video like this for quite a long time. The idea being is that this is a nice video I can point people to when they ask me, hey, what is the 999 challenge anyways? So without further ado, let's kind of just talk about it. So the general idea behind the 999 challenge is I am trying to collect 999 of every stackable item in the game. So for instance, I have some chests all divided up here into nice things. So right here I have my first vegetable here alphabetically is amaranth, and I've got 999 of it. So that's a very good example of that. And things like amaranth, things like artichoke, things like beets, bok choy, cauliflower, even things in the fruits such as blueberries and crystal fruit and hot peppers. All of these things are very growable, which means I can just plant them and eventually get 999 of them, which is very useful for me to be able to do. Not all items are like that in Stardew. There's quite a number of them that are a lot more difficult to get. So if we switch over to here, for instance, I recently was able to acquire 999 Galaxy Souls, despite that being a very difficult task. It took me probably the better part of 30 years in-game of nearly constantly working on it to eventually be able to get those. There are quite a number of items like that, and of course the most infamous one being the tea set, where I've only got 16 of the required 999. So the basic idea of this challenge is pretty straightforward. Collect 999 of every stackable item in the game. However, when you get into the nitty-gritty of it, some of the details become a little more complicated to understand. So one thing I would like to pop up really quickly here is my FAQ. So this should be linked in the description of the video. But the idea behind the FAQ is very simple. It's frequently asked questions. At the very top here, I have a bunch of links that are very useful to be able to quickly get between, which makes the FAQ a great place to go to. So this is a link to my spreadsheet, where I've just recently made a video about this, where this is where I calculate the total number of items I need. This is a link here to my checklist, which tells me which items I'm done with and which ones I still need to finish. The next two here are blank copies of both the spreadsheet and the checklist, so if anyone else wants to download a blank copy, you can get them right there. And then I've got links to all my socials here, except for Twitter, but Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and my VODs channel as well. And then I have a bunch of frequently asked questions here that I can answer. Like I just said here, the 999 challenge is the challenge I set to get myself a stackable item of every item in the game. Now, there's very common questions that come up quite a lot when people are asking about this challenge. So I thought I might go about answering a few of those right off the bat. So for instance, let's take my amaranth and my hot pepper that we were just looking at a minute ago here. You'll notice that this is silver quality and this is gold quality. And you'll also notice that I don't have, I guess I have gold quality amaranth too. I didn't even realize that. But you'll notice that I don't have all different qualities. And that's because for the purposes of this challenge, it is not required. The first rule basically of the challenge is that I have to get a single stack of every stackable item in the game. So it doesn't matter what quality it is. It only matters that I get a single full 999 stack of it. It has to be in a single stack. It can't be like 500 gold and 500 silver, or 499, I guess. But it doesn't matter what quality that stack is. However, saying that, I do prefer to get iridium quality when I can, just because I think it looks a whole lot nicer. Alright, small break for just a second here. Amaranth being a vegetable sounds fake, yes. It's crazy that they named a plant after the streamer. Which one? DMNC? Hey, Algo, don't mean to change the subject. How many hours do you have in Stardew Valley in total, not just the save? Good question, Bleepish. I have 3,250-ish hours of Stardew Valley at the moment. I would say over 3,000 of those have just been on the save. Welcome in, Kat. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. Oh no, Anna, you're totally right. I was going to turn off the music. Okay, it's off now. And then we can just go ahead and resume from there. Where did I leave off? I was saying something along the lines of... Anyways, talking about the quality brings me probably to a good point to discuss the rules of the challenge in general, because there are a few that might seem a little bit odd, but I think are important to explain why they exist. So let's start with this idea here. So all items must be in a single stack to count towards the completion of that stack. So that's what I was just mentioning a moment ago. Items that disappear after being used or by completing or failing a quest do not need to be stacked. So for instance, a good example of this is the prismatic jelly, where once you finish that quest or once you fail that quest, all prismatic jelly that you had disappears. So you can't really keep a stack of it. And that goes for any other items that disappear as well after you finish a stack. Another example of this is Q fruit. So the fruit that you get from doing the quest for Mr. Q, that you need to ship 500 of it. The beans and the fruit both disappear after the quest is over. However, two of the things that don't disappear are if you turn it into wine or if you turn it into jelly, you get to keep those. So I do need to stack those, which means I have to get jelly and wine, which I've actually already done, of both of them before the quest ends. But I don't actually have to stack the Q fruit or the Q beans at all. Rule number 3, items that can be missed or skipped do not need to be stacked. So this is basically like kind of a catch-all for anything that if you're playing the game normally and you miss an opportunity to stack an item, basically like you pass a certain point and then you can no longer get that item, then you do not need to stack that item. This mostly exists for the secret notes, which are items you get after you get the magnifying glass in winter. And you can find these secret notes and they tell you certain things about the game. But once you read one, you can no longer get any version of that secret note. So technically you could stack each of those notes to 999 before you read a single one. However, since this is something that you can miss by just going by it, I am including in my rules that you do not need to stack that for the challenge. Okay, for purposes of my challenge, I'm only doing single player stacks. So for the purposes of my challenge, I'm only doing single player items, which basically means that if you can stack an item outside of single player, then it is not required for this challenge. Basically, I don't need any multiplayer, LAN or otherwise, cannot be used for this challenge. So this prevents a lot of very strange items. For instance, you can get a stack of each of the legendaries in multiplayer by just having each person that's new to the farm catch the legendaries. Or if you think about the quest for Birdie, where you have to get you take the old war picture to Kent, and then Kent gives you, I don't remember exactly what Kent gives you, but eventually you get things like the spicy tomato jelly, the old remote, the pirate's locket eventually, and the Arctic shard, and all of those things can technically stack. So if you are in multiplayer, you can get a full stack of all of those items, but it requires each and every player, 999 of them, to go through the quest. And even more than that, because you have to stop when you get to each individual thing. So if you get 999 of the old war photos, and then those people can't get the next item, so it requires close to like 6,000 accounts to play through the quest in order to get those items, which is a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? Which is why I'm not worried about it for the purposes of this. All right, rule number 5 says that no glitches or exploits that are unintended by the developer. We've got some little things here, though. For instance, I allow animation canceling. Technically, it wasn't intended to be left in, but my kind of rule set is glitchless for speedrunning. So one of the things that's allowed for that is animation canceling. I'm allowed to reset a day. I think that was intended by Concerned Ape, but I just wanted to clarify that there. Although I don't typically reset the day unless I absolutely need to. And then finally, if an exploit or glitch is the only way to get an item, then it is allowed for that item only. So basically this just allows me to get stacks I wouldn't normally be able to get without glitching or exploiting, as long as I don't use that glitch or exploit for any benefit. All right. No use of the seed or predictors. So this is very similar to those glitchless rules that I was talking about earlier. The glitchless rules don't let you use your seed or a predictor in order to like manipulate things and predict what you might get. So basically how that works is I can't use Blade's predictor, I can't use Mousy Pound's predictor, or save file lookup, whatever it's called. The things I'm limited to are the things I can do by just looking at my file and making spreadsheets. So I have to make the spreadsheet that is allowing me to basically figure out any RNG manipulation I'm going to do. So that's something I've had to do for the T-set, for instance. Crafty asks, how come the lucky purple shorts are allowed? It's because the only way to get it is by using a glitch or exploit. There's no other way to get it. So because of that, I need to use that. There's no other way for me to get the item. Okay. Number 7, vanilla game only. I do not use any mods or make any alterations to this file. Okay. I can use mods on testing files, so as long as it's not the file that I am working on for this challenge, I can make a copy of my file, for instance, and test things on it if I want to. But while I am doing the challenge, I cannot use any mods or anything along those lines. Now, as far as alterations to the save file go, I have been told that in order to use legacy RNG on my file, which I'm going to want to do when 1.6 comes out, hopefully soon, I will have to alter my save file for that, but I will not be changing anything like vital or important. I'm literally just going to make it so my file uses the same RNG it's been using since I started playing the game. Okay, so one last thing I really want to clarify for this challenge is that I'm following the rules that I made for this challenge. These rules are not a requirement if anyone else wants to do the challenge. That's absolutely completely up to you, how you want to run the challenge. I've told people many times that if you want to do a specific thing in the challenge your way, feel free to do it. Plenty of people I know are using mods to play the challenge just for fun, or doing it their own different way. They have different rules, like they're getting quality, or they're playing with multiplayer, or different things along those lines. So do keep that in mind. These are my rules, the ones that I am trying to follow while I'm doing the challenge, but they're not necessarily your rules if you want to do the challenge a different way. Okay. There are a few other things just to kind of notably mention here that very often come up as a question, and I think it'd be kind of important to answer just a few of them as I'm going through things here. So I get this a lot. Are you crazy? Do you actually enjoy doing this challenge? So I do want to mention that yes, I actually do enjoy doing this challenge, and it might seem a little weird from the outside that I might actually enjoy something like this. I know a lot of people like don't understand, like, hey, why can you do the same thing over and over again and really like it? For me, I guess I just don't understand it completely why you wouldn't. It's hard to explain, I guess, but for me, this challenge has always just been a super relaxing thing for me. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I sit down and I play. Before I started streaming, I used to just watch other streams or watch YouTube videos or watch shows while I was doing it. It was just a nice thing I could do on the side as something I was working on. And now that I've started streaming, it's something I can do while interacting with this community I've built, which is super awesome. That's you guys. Congratulations. Yeah, exactly, Farland. It's also like a speedrunner thing. How can you do that over and over again and like it? At this point, I get like a huge... I don't know if dopamine is the right word. I don't know enough about that to know for sure. But I have like a huge motivation. Every time I finish a stack, it's like, that's one more off the list. We're moving on. We're doing some more stuff. We're getting stuff done. I also very much enjoy the process of like coming up with strategies to get these items as efficiently and quickly as possible. And that's always been really fun for me. I've been a challenge runner for a very, very long time. Pretty much since I started playing video games, I would find ridiculously stupid ways to play them. I remember back when I first played Red Alert 2. Yes, Red Alert 2. I I basically destroyed the enemy on a map I was playing on, left them with like a few soldiers alive, and then spent the next like few months on that save file just building things, like filling up the save file, like building as many planes as I could, just having fun with it. And that is absolutely not the way to play the game. And I guess that's kind of what I'm doing here, isn't it? All right. So I get a lot of comments about, does this guy even touch grass? Like, how long has he been inside for? Like, what is he even doing? And it's just like, for me, it's like, I don't know. Like, I have a job. I go outside a lot. I hang out with friends a lot. This is just my hobby. Like anyone else has a hobby. Okay. We're actually going to come back to this question later on. Here's a question I get asked a ton, though. How long will it take to finish? Do you think you'll ever finish? Right now, this answer is kind of in flux because 1.6 is coming out somewhat soon. Like, who knows when, but probably in the next month at least. And as a result of that, whatever's in that update might drastically change my answer here. I can pretty much say with confidence, though, if 1.6 was not coming out, I would probably be finished in about a year to a year and a half. We're already at the part of the file where I am just basically ready to sleep and just do menial tasks just to wrap up some things. So whatever is added by 1.6 will add on to that year and a half, but I'm pretty close to being ready to be finished. But 1.6 could change that entirely. Now, do I ever think I finished? Yes. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish. At this point, I have pretty much convinced myself that short of anything horrible happening, I am planning on finishing this challenge. I feel very much motivated to get it done. Okay. A lot of people always ask for advice when trying this challenge. I jokingly say don't here, though, but it's very flattering that people want to try this challenge. I think it's a very time investment sort of thing to get into, though. That's one thing I will warn against. You will definitely be spending a lot of time doing this, which is why one of my suggestions is if you want to do something like this challenge, but not exactly this challenge, you should try doing a smaller version of this challenge. Like maybe get all the cooking done. The cooking itself is pretty difficult, but it certainly isn't the same as doing like all the artifacts and the crafting and everything like that too. There's quite a significant difference between the two. But if you want to, you can shape this challenge exactly the way you would like to shape the challenge. So however you want to do it, that's how you should play this challenge if you want to do it. We're actually going to discuss updates in a later video. So let's scroll on down. There is one more thing I did want to talk about, or a few more things rather. The hardest items to get a stack of. I get asked this a lot, and truth be told, like all the items in this are very much hard. Is like a weird word to use because it's like nothing is particularly difficult. A lot of it is just tedious, and tedious isn't the right word either because that makes it sound like I wouldn't enjoy it. But it's more along the lines of it just requires some work to do. It's not like hard, but like another way to ask this question might be what is the most work? And that's kind of what I have decided to answer here. So I've already talked about the tea set. The tea set is an item that you can only get once per year at the Feast of the Winter Star. And it's impossible to even get it once per year because certain villagers can't give it. And on certain years, you can't even get one. I'll probably do a future video explaining in depth how I get the tea set. But suffice to say, I have an RNG manipulation method that pretty much allows me to get the tea set every time that it's possible. Does sound like a skill issue, doesn't it, Mermaid? All right. We're going to take a short break here from me talking, just because there's going to ad about to play in just a second here, and I need some water. How's everyone doing, by the way? The pirate items don't stack, Farland. Hey, Surrounded Inside, welcome in. Hey, Jazz, welcome in as well. I hope you're doing well today. Imagine having a hobby. Start on 1.0 for patched coconuts. You can do it in 1.3, I think. I think 1.3... Actually, 1.5 added the non-viable coconuts. I think 1.4 you could even do it. Aaron, congrats... Or, sorry, Eerie. I keep thinking it's Aaron. Eerie, congrats on your 3-stream streak. It's going okay. Glad to hear that. It will not play this ad. Oh my goodness, mermaid. It's beautiful. Sapling, that's less beautiful. Just lurking today, gonna knit and listen. Go for it, Eerie. Enjoy your knitting. The duality of Nightbot. I swear, it does that a lot. I wonder if it's like an RNG thing. Like it rolls high and then low quite often. Free in the Fog, welcome in. It's been a while since I've been able to catch a stream. Were you excited about the 1.6 announcement? Oh, I was excited. No discouragement at all. I'm very excited to have new ideas or new things I have to stack. Who knows what it's going to be, but I'm very excited about it. I'm sure there's going to be a few items that are going to get me discouraged, but I'm still very excited. Yeah, new things are great. Yeah, it's hard to express. It's like the whole idea of this challenge is I'm enjoying it, right? Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. So it's like of course I'm excited for 1.6. Of course I'm excited for new items. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. Everyone should be back from the ad now, so you won't miss anything. Okay. So, next up, we have the banana saplings, fossilized heads, golden coconuts. So the idea here is all of these things, well, at least these two, come from the golden coconuts. So I need to get... So every item in the golden coconut, after you get the helmet, the golden helmet, has a 1 in 7 chance of appearing, which means, on average, I need 7,000 golden coconuts to get 999 banana saplings and fossilized heads. Technically, there's another way to get banana saplings. But it costs 5 dragon's teeth each and is just not worth it. It's much easier to get golden coconuts, even though golden coconuts are expressly pretty difficult as well. So most of my golden coconuts are going to come from trades with the island trader. You can trade in 10 coconuts for every golden coconut. And then I'm going to use those coconuts... I'm going to use my statues of endless fortune to buy all of those coconuts, because each statue of endless fortune on Linus's birthday produces a coconut, and I have 999 statues, so that's 100 golden coconuts each time. That's going to probably be where I get the majority. If I'm still falling behind, I can also use blue discus fish ponds, which have a pretty decent chance of giving a golden coconut when they're at 10. But that's it for right about now. I am at about 3 stacks of golden coconuts right now. The ostrich incubator is a horrifying item. Basically, it requires 50 hardwood, 50 bone fragments, and 30 cinder shards for every ostrich incubator I craft. And that means to craft 1,000 of them, or 999 rather, I need 999 times 50 hardwood, 999 times 50 bone fragments, and 999 times 20 cinder shards. I'm at about 400 right now, and it's just the bone fragments are the things I'm waiting on. I have enough hardwood. I've got most of the cinder shards I need, so it's pretty much exclusively the bone fragments right now. All right, mummified frog and mummified bat. I don't know if these should be put together. The mummified bat, I'm over halfway done with. It's taken a long time. It has a 1 in 200 chance to drop from any rock in the volcano mines. But it does come in time. The mummified frog, I have about 60. It's just very slow. The only reasonable way to get a lot of them is to go to the harder mines on the jungle levels and break the darker colored weeds. And you have a 1 in 100 chance for every weed you break, I believe, which is very low for how many weeds you see. At some point, I might be able to like reset the floors and really farm it hard, but for now, I just have not been giving that much of it. Artifact troves. These are all done now, actually. So all the artifact troves, it required, I think, 28,000 artifacts troves, but I've gotten 999 of every artifact that you get from artifact troves. Okay. A lot of people also ask me, what is the easiest item? And the answer is there's a lot of them. There's a lot of items in this game that you can just purchase, like bait, for instance. You can just buy bait from Willy for like 10 gold each. That's barely even... That's like 10,000 gold, which is not very much on the scale of the things that I have to do in this challenge. But there's a lot of other items as well. Trash from crab pots was very quick. Some other things being... Honestly, there's just a lot of very straightforward items, and I'm done with pretty much all of them now. Everything that's left is much more difficult. Is it 5 gold each? Okay, I apologize. Bait is 5 gold each, so it's only 5,000 gold. I don't know. Alright. Okay, I think we're going to do a video when we talk about the remaining items, so we won't talk about those right now. I think it's everything that I wanted to talk about there then. That will be a different video right there. So let's go back to this. Stone is really hard. You have to fish it up. Yep. All right. So, are there any questions from chat? Anything that you guys feel like I forgot to talk about with the 999 challenge? Anything that could be added to or in addition? I know a few of you came in late, so you might not remember when I was actually talking about the challenge itself. Ooh. All sounds good to me. Welcome in, Gene, by the way. Hope you're doing well today. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything for the video. How much you love sparkling tuna water? That'll go in there. What has been the easiest item for you to get? I kind of talked about that already, didn't I? It's like bait. Anything I can buy. Who is this delightful little creature on my head? Oh, that's very important to the 999 lore. This is Sneakers, and then this is Sneaky. So Sneakers was my childhood toy growing up. Basically my first imaginary friend when I was like, gosh, 2 or 3. I don't know how old I was. I still remember him though. And I just kept him for my entire life. And then he was in my closet. And then one day I was on stream and I just like pulled him out, and Chatler really liked him. So now he likes to sit on my head sometimes. What's my opinion on sparkling tuna water? It's good. I think it'd be interesting if you talked about how you organize the chest and all the items. I already have a video like that, Zonli, so I don't want to like overlap with that. I think what's going to end up happening though is when 1.6 comes out, I'm probably going to change things around, and then I'll probably make a new video just about that. Does clothing stack? Clothing does not stack. Yes, there are quite a number of non-stackable items. Actually, that might be something to talk about. So in this game, there are a pretty large amount of items that just do not stack together. I do not have to collect 999 of each of those items. It's only the ones that stack together in a single stack that I need to collect. So for instance, if we look up here, if we go through my very well decorated house, you'll see a bunch of weapons in here, and these do not stack together. I can have 2 of them, and they will stay separated. Same thing goes for things like clothing. So I've got both of these clothings here, and both the skull shirts do not stack together. It goes for rings as well. So 2 small glow rings don't stack together, which is why I keep them in the dressers here. Same with hats. Same with fishing tackles. That's another example of something that doesn't stack. And there's quite a number of other items as well. And for those items, they do not have to be collected in any capacity. They are not required for the challenge. I might end up getting like 1 of each of them just to say I have them, but they are not required at all for the challenge. Streamer cannot decorate. You know what? We are going to make this place so pretty, and you're going to regret saying that. I guarantee it. Probably not. Okay. Don't actually bully. No, bully me, YouTube. I deserve it. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and just give it an ending really quickly. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that I was able to explain well enough exactly what the challenge is I am doing here, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm planning on releasing 1 more video before 1.6 comes out about the history of the challenge, basically everything I've done up until this point and how I got to where I am now. And that should hopefully come out in the next week or so. And then once 1.6 comes out, you can expect probably like close to 5 new videos related to that update in various capacities. So until then, I will see you again next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye. I'm back. Yes, yeah, I did. In general, I mentioned multiplayer stuff that can stack that I won't be stacking. Have you tried other Stardew challenges? Not really. Oh, that was a noise. Did you guys hear that? What the heck was that? Oh. Outside of like 1-year community center and 2-year perfection, both of which I've done now. No, I have not tried any particular challenges. Anyways, how was your guys' day? I know we got a lot of people hanging out now. Let me turn the music back on. Oh, it's back. I'm not in silence. I messed up and had the music on for the first little bit. Min crafting 2-year perfection win? That just sounds depressing. I don't know if I want that. It's actually quite hard. Oh, really? I'm not that surprised at that stuff. Start of this year has been a time. I'm sorry to hear that, Gene. Mine's been going pretty well so far. I did have the first week off, and I've got a long weekend now, so that's been helping. But yeah, back to work. I feel back. The first day, I was like super nervous. Like I was like, how do you even teach? And then I started, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like that. And it just went smoothly from there. The students aren't ready yet to be back, but they're doing okay. Oh, well, it's time anyways. Sneaky and Sneakers, you guys can sit down for a minute. All right. I think I'm going to take a quick break. My students watch my videos. Not that I'm aware of. Oh, I have to stop recording. Whoopsies. Done now. They definitely been to my stream before, though. They're not supposed to be here, though. And if they are here, I ban them. Giving Ava more work. It was like 5 minutes after. Not even. I'll give Ava a tip. It'll be fine. Has absolutely no groove, but she's getting into it. Do you teach at school? Yes, yes. I am a physics teacher in high school. High school physics teacher. The teacher's new groove. What a lovely, lovely statement. Anyways, let's go back to full face. You can see me again. Hi. Actually, though, I think... Whoops. Spreadsheet. You're supposed to go away when I do that. Very good. Oh, actually, you know what? I am going to bring it back up. I'm going to move it back to the spreadsheet and then close it. That way, if I have to bring up the spreadsheet, I can. Oh, my neck. Whew. All right, I am going to use the restroom really quickly, though. Mostly because I was just talking a lot there, and I'd like a 2-minute break for my voice. So I will see you all when I get back. Probably just 2 minutes. I will run an ad while I'm gone, but it won't take very long. And I will see you when I get back. BRB, everyone. Boo, I'm back. Yes, overall, I've got this, Gene. Thank you. I do like that stack check, Icy Diamonds. All right, let's go ahead and get involved here. Start over at the beginning of the day and start doing some stacking. I don't have to work tomorrow, which is why I'm able to stream earlier tomorrow. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to do a particularly long stream tonight. I'm already feeling pretty tired, and I have to stream in the morning, so we'll see how late I go. But it'll probably be the regular 4 hours at most. There we go. I gotta get back into the groove of things, though. It's amazing how much my hands do not function when I'm just starting out, and then once they warm up, they actually start correctly doing the things I want them to do. This is why I could never speedrun. It's like Sometimes my hands just don't do what I ask them to do. Hey, Iguana, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. 8 seconds noise. Congrats on your short delay for now. Hopefully it stays short. Hey, Wild, welcome in. You might need to install some new firmware. For my hands? I was like, what are you talking about? What? If you all don't know Wild Refrain, they're a wonderful streamer here on Twitch. You should absolutely check out their Twitch channel and anything else they might do as well. How are you doing today, Wild? Can we get a shout out for Wild Refrain? Turn it off and then turn it back on. My hands? I like them where they are. Thank you. Welcome in. Is it Yexel? Hope I'm saying that right. And Breezy, how are you? Welcome into you too. We started out stream filming a video that will be on YouTube. Hopefully by Monday. Maybe even earlier. Depends on how fast I can get certain things sorted. More like a board report. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Oh, sorry, I missed your first message. Why were you like 30 minutes late? I was eating dinner. I was really hungry and I decided to have dinner before stream rather than after. Because then I would just be really tired and really hungry during stream. I don't like being irritable when I'm streaming. For you all's sake. Yep, I'm all done with the video stuff now. You guys are allowed to chat during the video stuff. Now that I have Ava editing things, it's easier to like, well, I guess it's not that much easier, but Ava can cut that stuff out. It's fine, Icy. I don't worry about missing one. If it's like if I miss a whole row, that's a problem, but if I miss one, it's not a big deal. Hangry algo, bad algo. I do get hangry, but it actually takes quite a lot to get me hangry. I don't know if I've ever gotten angry while streaming before. Maybe it was like stressful games. Celeste might have gotten me angry. I don't remember. Tuesday? I gotta remember like what I'm doing. We just sleep now. Those are actually different colors, Iguana. They're very similar, but they are different colors. Icy's is like a darker orange, and yours is like a lighter orange. Trying to figure out what you want to eat. I had sausage mac and cheese. That was like super spicy for lunch, and it was, for dinner, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. I want more right now, but I'm on a diet. You didn't believe us. Yeah, if you're like colorblind or something, I could definitely see those looking almost exactly the same. Hey, Spike Princess, welcome in. I want to go buy Subway, but it's 6:30 a.m. I'm going to be honest with you, Spike Princess. You can do better than Subway. Sorry, I am not a huge fan of Subway. I think, like, literally any sub place is better. I don't think I've ever had a worse sub than at Subway. Like, made by another person or otherwise. The cookies, you can get good cookies. Like, Meijer has better cookies than Subway does. And they're cheaper, too. Mac and cheese is a good choice. I guess Meijer is probably not, like, a universal thing, though. I was just about to ask, maybe it's like a US thing. Maybe we've got all those really sweet corn syrupy cookies. And when you get them from Subway, it's like, I've never had anything like this. But in the US, it's like, that's a Tuesday. I don't know. Wild Refrain, how about, do you think that's the case? Like, you're saying Subway cookies are really good? Like, do you not have really sweet cookies over there? You can't tell the difference between Yexel and Wild Refrain's colors. Those are very different colors. You might be a little colorblind. You don't have cookies like Subway? Dude, chewy cookies are my favorite. I will give credit where credit's due. The Subway cookies are good. It's just like, I know where to get other good cookies too. I feel like chewy cookies are underappreciated. Maybe they're not, but chewy is the best kind of cookie. It's the difference between good and great. It has been a while since I've had them. Maybe I'm underestimating them. Yeah, Wild Refrain's color, I think it's a custom one from like 7TV or something. It's like it might have a little bit of green in it, but it's more like pale yellow to my eyes. Scribble, welcome in. Are you done with the challenge yet? You know, Scribble, no. Oh, it's a custom color through Twitch. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know you could do custom colors through Twitch. No, I'm quite a while away from finishing the challenge, especially with 1.6 on the horizon. How do you even do that then? Asks Ellie and me. Yeah, I think that's a certain type of color blindness, Iguana. Have you ever gotten tested before? There's online tests that work fairly well. They're not like a substitute for the real thing, but they'll give you ideas about what kind of color blindness you have. You can put hex codes in your chat appearance? No way. How have I never known that before? It's actually really cool. Oh, I have turbo. You can do it without turbo. Interesting. Hey, Squirrel, welcome in. That artist badge looks quite good on you today. Just saying. You can log on to, like, just the desktop for a while, Ellie, and figure that out. But you can do desktop site on mobile. I've done that before to access things I normally can't get to. Maybe it's an affiliate thing. I never heard of it as being that before, though. That's totally fine, Cat. What's your least favorite item to get 999 of? Right now, it's the mummified frog, just because the grind is so annoying. There's no way to, like, help with the grind. Favorite item to get right now? I don't know if there's a favorite right now. There's a lot of repetition right now just because we're trying to get to year 50 before 1.6 comes out. I guess we'll say fish row. I'm enjoying how close I'm getting to actually being done with it all. Fish and fish row. It's like one of those things like the artifact troves where I never actually thought I'd be done with it, and I'm actually getting kind of close. Mel Mel Mel, can we get a shout out for Mel Mel Mel? Mel 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 is a lovely streamer here on Twitch. I'm kind of exaggerating. Mel is a wonderful streamer on Twitch. You should absolutely follow them. Give them your love and support. They are well deserving of it. Whoops. I need one more of these fellas. How are you doing today, Mel? Welcome in. We're on year 47. We need to make our way to sleep, actually. That was all we needed to do today. I'm stuttering today. I gotta stop it. I'm talking too much. You're going down by 1, Pickle Rick. Unfortunately. Stop making bread. Unfortunately, you'll never actually make it at that rate. Maybe you can underflow. You gotta stack check another 993 times. You're taking all the high numbers. I don't think that's how it works, Iguana. I guess it is calling a program, so kind of that's how it works. Yeah, once you get... The first one is a 10% chance, Zonli. and then the remaining ones are a 1 in 100 chance, so a 1% chance. So it becomes 10 times as unlikely after you get the first one. You can definitely still get it, though. Yeah, it's done intentionally, and it's kind of a smart thing by Concerned Ape. It's like, if you're not me, you really only care about the first mummified frog. So it kind of makes sense to make the first one super likely, or at least much more likely, and then ones after that, like, kind of rare, so you don't get your inventory flooded with them. Unfortunately, from my perspective, that sucks, but my perspective is not what the game should be balanced on. Steadily been going down on your stack checks. It'll rebound eventually. You got so many chicken statue artifacts that I made a shrine. That's great. Is the wanted list only 12 items for now? There's more than I need to get, Amos. Some of them are representing like other items. Like mummified frog could be on there, but I'm not really actively working on it right now. We still need well over 100 items. I'm just putting the ones that like I'm currently actively pursuing, which is also not exactly true, but is kind of true at least. You have 83 chicken statues? Where did you get 83 chicken statues, Iguana? You're not like actively trying to get them, are you? The mines. The mines can't even give you them, can they? Worms on your farm can give them. I know artifact troves can get them because that's how I got mine. But I didn't think like you could get them in the mines. They just appear. The chickens are coming. Prepare yourself. Down to the traveling cart we go. All right, friend cart, give me what I'm looking for. No such luck. Like the artifact thing from mine? Oh, this is a good day at least. I see at least 3 fiddleheads. Oh, there's another one over here too. So we got 5 there. And sleep. Artifact things from the mines. Geodes? I don't think you can get a chicken statue in geodes. The gold one. Iguana, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the artifact trove? You don't get those in the mines, but you can trade Omni Geodes for them, if that's what you mean. 444 forever. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. Yeah, they do drop from those. Hey, it's Alex's birthday. You can tell because it's raining. I thought it was supposed to always thunderstorm. Oh, it is thunderstorming. It just hasn't struck yet. Depresso birthday? Yeah. It always rains on Alex's birthday. Proving that even Concerned Ape doesn't like Alex. You're trying so hard to change the color right now. It's not working though, Ellie? That sucks. What's going on? Hey, Blue Shine Spark. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Working on your master thesis. Oh, wow. Good luck to you, Blue. I hope you get lots and lots of progress on it. Some people like Alex, Iguana. I'm being unnecessarily harsh. I personally don't think he's all that, but some people like him. It says you need to have turbo. Are you sure you don't have turbo, Wild Refrained? You might have turbo. Or maybe when you changed it, you had turbo. You 100% don't. I would Google it, Ellie. It makes sense that they'd make that a turbo feature. It's also possible they more recently made it a turbo feature and it used to be like anyone could do it. It's not even on my chat because I have the Twitch one for watching a stream. Sorry, that's monitoring your stream is what I meant to say. So I don't get my triple dots on here. You did it 2 weeks ago? Oh, never mind then. Maybe when they laid off all those employees, they took it away. Ah, Prime Gaming. Okay. So, Ellie, if you do have a Prime account, you can connect it to your Twitch and do it. You can choose color options, Spike Princess. We're trying to do the unique colors like Wild has. So Wild has a color that's not under the normal color options. Unless you can also do that on mobile. Is shampoo toxic? Most of them aren't. I mean, you shouldn't like drink a ton of them, but they're not gonna like kill you. I'm pretty sure that's the case at least. Don't drink it though. You can make organic shampoo bars. Yeah, Wild, that's also the thing I was thinking. Considering it's used as a punishment for people for children that like say bad words, generally it's not something you want to put in your mouth. Colette, welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. Yeah. Also, Anne, I hope you're doing well as well. Welcome in. That's kind of what I was trying to say is like, technically it's probably not going to kill you. I shouldn't say probably there. It's almost certainly not going to kill you, but it's not going to be good for you either.
Oh, it's a person.
Auto Sky, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I did miss some follows earlier while I was doing my video, so let me go back really quick. Ariella, thank you for the follow, and Good Cat, thank you for the follow as well. I'm sorry for missing you earlier. That was back when I was doing the video. And Colette and Anne, congrats to both of you on your 3 stream streaks. Proud of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Colette, you had a 5 stream streak. I don't want to misrepresent you. I don't want to be misconstrued. Today's the long day. Leah promising to take care of the flies for me. What an awesome lady. This should be exactly enough, right? It was 137 before, and we have 136. So as long as I don't miss any, it should be it. And I have to make sure not to miss any. Which might be harder than I'm setting out to make it. Hello from Poland. I do not know any Polish for which to greet you with, but welcome in, Ariella. And Iguana, congrats on your 5 stream streak. Okay, this is definitely not enough. I misremembered. 13 more isn't bad, though. This is our 3rd lightning day in a row? I think it is. Ola Lidding. What is Lidding? Should I be concerned? Polish is kind of a hard language. I have Polish ancestry, but not very much. And definitely not, like, any cultural Polish heritage, really. I had pierogies during Christmas. Those are Polish, right? Welcome in, Neko Lizzie. Hope you're doing well today. For me, no. True. I imagine any language that you're born with makes it a little bit easier, huh? Whoa, I missed my screen. That was fun. We might finish stingrays, although I don't want to take them out yet. Oops. Well, we won't be done with the roe yet, but we're getting pretty close on the fishies. I think I did it. I think it's slightly more red. Is that what you're going for, Ellie? Yeah, it's definitely more red. To be fair, Neko, English is also confusing. It worked! Congrats, Ellie. Go ahead, Iguana. Can you ask me a real science question this time? Sorry, what did you ask for forever? Did I miss it? Oh, yes. It is faster for AC. Yeah, same with my watering can. I also don't have that upgraded. When you can charge them, they become slower overall. Pierogies are a Polish thing. They're very good, too. I keep confusing them with punchkis, which are not a Polish thing, and also are donuts. They both start with a P, though, so that's all it takes my brain to be like, that's what that is. Oh, no problem. Ariella, your English seems very good. Pierogi, that thing that heals you in hunger survival games. I'm sorry. What hunger survival games are you playing that have pierogies as a healing item? I like that idea, but... What would happen if someone were to accidentally ingest Raid? You should probably call it poison control for Raid. Raid is certainly not something you should be drinking. If it's a small amount, you'd probably be okay, but there's a poison control number on the back of the bottle. You should probably call that. Oh, it's in Don't Starve. Interesting. Are the devs for Don't Starve Polish, or is it just kind of like a fun reference? Because Don't Starve doesn't have that many food options. So it's definitely an intentional thing. Good to know, yeah. Yes, please do not ingest Raid. Hey, Plush Marionette, welcome in. Yes, for those of you who do not know, the Stardew Valley Content Creator Awards are going on right now, specifically the nomination section. So if you click that link that Plush Marionette just brought out, you can go ahead and nominate people for different awards. I am an option, obviously. I encourage you, though, to think deep and hard about some of the other ones, because there are definitely some options I do not fit for. So, like, for instance, like a speedrunner, for instance. Like, I'm not very much a speedrunner, so you should pick someone else for that. And there's a lot of really cool Stardew Valley speedrunners out there. What are the best options if we want to pick you? I think Challenge Runner is probably the best option. I'm trying to think like what else I would pick, but I wouldn't put me for min-maxer, but that's probably an option as well. I think there are better min-maxers out there. But as far as challenge runner goes, this is a pretty cool challenge, right? I would pick RCJ for TikTok too, mostly because I don't know. Well, RCJ or I think Mallory does TikTok as well. Actually, I'll probably leave TikTok blank because I have not watched any people's TikToks before because I don't watch TikTok. But RCJ is an option for that. Mallory, aka Amateur Archaeologist, does TikTok videos as well for Stardew. Raiders are precious. Do not consume your raiders, please. Can you explain leap years? Is that what Iguana asked? Oh, Iguana was asking the science question. The idea behind leap years is this. Basically, in terms of the amount of time it takes us to go around the sun every year, the Earth, you know, revolves around the sun. It is exactly 365 days. Just kidding. Because things aren't perfect. It's 365.2504, I think, days. So since it's a nice 0.025 days, what we typically do is every 4 years we have a leap year, which basically means that it will round us up so that we eventually get back to our normal schedule. Basically, so we get back on schedule, because it's 0.25. That 0.25 every 4 years goes back to an extra day, so we just add that day on. 28 days a month, we wouldn't need a leap year. Yeah, but we have to redefine our entire calendar in other ways as well. Wild. There is probably a better arrangement for our calendar, but because of, you know, cultural and traditional reasons, it's probably not a good idea to completely redefine our whole calendar. Yes, the weeks, yeah, the seasons would shift over time. And in fact, the leap year isn't perfect. If we got weighted of leap years and daylight savings doesn't actually change the time or anything because we go forward and then back. So it evens out in the end. But leap years aren't perfect because like I said earlier, an entire lap around the sun is 365.2504. So we skip a leap year every year that's divisible by 20, I think it is. Is that right? No, that can't be right. I think it's every year that's divisible by 40. Except for years that are also divisible by 200. So that might sound a little confusing, but basically it works out to this. Every time there's a year divisible by 40, then we just skip the leap year that time, unless it's also divisible by 200. So for instance, the year 2000, we had a leap year, even though it's divisible by 40, because it's also divisible by 200. And that makes it so we will stay on track for our years for pretty much the next 3,000 years or something like that. Yes, we do all this so the seasons line up with the months. Precisely. Leap years are a really good idea. Whether daylight savings is a good idea or not is questionable for sure, but leap years are important. We should not get rid of leap years. Is there an award for most knowledge in Stardew? Asking for a friend. I think there should just be a Blade Award, actually. It's called the Blade Award. I don't know if there's a... I don't think there's an award for that, unfortunately. Blade goes beyond Stardew on knowledge. Sort of. Never forget an anniversary. You also only have to celebrate your anniversary every 4 years. Welcome in, Maz Dangerous. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. I knew someone who was born on a leap year. They got those jokes so often. I think they were sick of them at some point. Obviously, you just celebrate your birthday on like the day before or day after. I'd prefer March 1st, personally, I think. It's a good day. Wanted to ask, you can just ask, Will. The whole point of having those is so people will actually ask, because I like answering the questions. So if you just want to ask me a question, you can. Explode your cranberries. Dusk, how are you? Welcome in. It's so good to see you, Dusk. Welcome, welcome. Please do not blow up my cranberries, though. They're important to me. My favorite thing about leap years is that people can throw sweet 16 parties of their 64th birthday. That's actually really funny. And on your 21st birthday, you'll be dead. I mean, that's actually manageable, right? 84. Forever 21. So cheery, I'll go, yep. One of my teachers celebrated her 8th birthday when I was in school because she was born on a leap year. That's pretty cool. Or leap day, I assume. I was learning about the sidereal year and how it's 366 days. I'm not sure I understand why. Ooh, I'm trying to remember myself. I think the sidereal day has to do with the rotation of the Earth. And like how it rotates compared to the sun. Well, compares to the revolutions around the sun. I'd have to look it up, Will. I knew this at one point. Hey, I got in! Yeah, I'd have to look it up, Will. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to say wrong things. I have a good assumption, but I can't remember if it's right or not. I think it has to do with the way that the Earth rotates and how it like falls behind the actual revolution around the sun because it's in a different phase, basically. So basically, when the Earth rotates around, it gets back to a different spot because it's also going in an oval around the sun. Royce, you're struggling. Why's that? Gotta rotate chat. Chat is sidereal. Then I got the tractor mod instead. Poor man's tractor mod is what I'm doing right here. It's actually not that tough. You just hold down the animation cancel button and spam click. You're making an Undertale fan game? Oh no, you're playing one. It's difficult. Hey, Tommy JC, welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. I am dizzy. Don't rotate too fast, chat. Alright. Duck tongue? I promised I'd call you that. Y'all are so weird. I like that about you. We have 999 galaxy rolls now. I mean, galaxy souls. I mean, maybe the first one was right. Oh, how we doing here, by the way? Pretty good. We're about 3/4 of the way done now. Coffee beans are still lagging behind, but not as much as they used to be. Algo gonna eat those souls. I gotta stay healthy and young somehow. If I have to eat souls to do it, well, that's a shame. Ooh, coconuts. We almost forgot. You've decided to crochet a bucket hat? What is a bucket hat? Is it like just actually a bucket? Or is there like a certain type of hat called a bucket hat? What is this, Full Metal Alchemist? I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Squatch. I decided to rewatch it. I'm like 5 episodes in, I think. It's really good. Who could have guessed that one of the most acclaimed anime of all time is really good? What a bucket hat is? I don't think so, Iguana. If it's not in Stardew, I don't know what it is. I guess it's shaped like a bucket. Okay. That's really helpful. I keep thinking of that, like, the British politician or fake politician that's like just wears a bucket on his head. I think it's sort of called like Sir Buckington or something. Buckington. Just Google it. I'm busy. Someone else Google it. I started Trigon Stampede. I didn't drop it because I disliked it. I was just very busy at the time. I'd definitely be willing to pick it up again. I very much like the original. Decision paralysis. It'll get you, Waffles. Hey, petite Alex. Welcome in. Looks a lot like a fishing hat. 90s vibes. Not flattering on a lot of people. I had them as a kid. Hated the look of them. Sounds unique, at least. Does Willy have a hat similar to a bucket hat? Like, that he wears? I don't know if Willy wears a hat, does he? I can't even picture him. Oh. That's not like a bucket, though, right? It's like a... It's like a flat cap. It looks like a morel. I'm sorry, a chanterelle on his head. Is the list in the hat? I'll put wearing a bucket hat on my bucket list. I know what a fishing hat looks like, but doesn't a fishing hat normally have like pouches and stuff on the sides of it? Bucket hats are British music festival staples. I feel like I'd be afraid to go to a British music festival. Just something about that idea scares me. To carry your worms and bait? Oh, not... Well, actually, yeah, with pockets. Here, let's see if I can pull this up really quick. Oh, actually. Look at all this work I'm doing. Like this. How it's got like the zipper on it and like the little pouch. It's not like a pocket, but it's like a... Alright. But it's got like the zipper and like you can fit a few small things in there. That was a fishing hat. This is the one I'm used to seeing here. Oh, I probably shouldn't go to my Amazon account. There might be something there that I don't want shown. But like the one with the back is the one I like normally see. Like this guy here. Alright, let's look up bucket hat really quick. Okay. Why don't I just go here? Huh. It's not really shaped like a bucket, is it? It looks more like a pan. Interesting. I don't dislike it. I don't really gel well with hats, though, personally. Oops, that was the wrong button. Never really have. I don't think I've ever, like, super looked good in a hat. Also, Tommy, I hope you're doing well today. They keep water out. I see. Okay, so like waterproof hat. Hi, Brittany. Welcome in. Can we get a shout out for Brittany? Brittany's an amazing streamer here on Twitch. I know you came in while I was doing my video, Brittany, but then I ignored you and I feel bad about it. I feel bad about it. Sundresses pockets are illegal? That seems odd. You know 4 DJs specifically that wear those types of hats? You live a more exciting life than I do, Mess. I don't even think I know one DJ. I know you were recording. I should be able to talk to people when I'm recording, now that I have Ava to cut that out. But I was zoned when I was recording earlier. Like, I didn't say anything but what I was talking about. No, I think it went okay. I don't think it was perfect, but I like it enough. 959. We've had a lot of high stack checks. I have just ignored the other ones. Confirmation bias. We've had one like super low one though. We've had like 5 above 900 and like 1 below 100. Good night, Ellie. Thanks so much for hanging out today. How dare you ignore Brittany? I atoned for my sins and was forgiven. I almost thought you were ending stream. Sorry about that. Maz, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the stack. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, and your ad-free viewing. 43 minutes into the stream. Yeah, I might end a little early today. I'm starting to feel pretty tired. I'll go for at least another hour, though. I worked hard today, I guess. I did a bad job of sleeping this week. You arrived right after I finished. Hey, Cletus, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm about to send out an ad. I do apologize. But I will catch you all on the other side. You're just going to miss the regular morning here. See you in a sec. How did you see me? Like a fart in the wind. I have been re-listening to Ender's Game. And it's a pretty good book. Orson Scott Card is not a good person, but I have to say I really do enjoy Ender's Game. It's kind of crazy that someone with the views that he has can write a book that is like kind of like so much about acceptance and things like that. Like it's like not even a subtle theme. And like forgiveness and empathy for others. It's like the main theme of the book. It's kind of crazy. Gucci makes bucket hats. I know, right? It does. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, I'm rereading it because I have heard that Speaker for the Dead, which is the sequel, is like one of the best sci-fi books of all time, and I haven't actually read it before, so I wanted to actually read it. I was talking about Ender's Game, but I want to read Speaker for the Dead, which is the sequel. I'm also going to reread Ender's Shadow, because I've only ever read that one once. Quality. Why can't people just like not be dicks for their lives? I was gonna say for 5 minutes, but like I don't know. Is it just me that finds it like super easy to be nice to other people? Like for me it's like it makes me happy to be nice to other people. It's like, is someone missing that? That's impossible. Like even people I don't like. I don't understand. Ice, ice, child. Some of my best friends are people. Mine too. Some of my best friends are dogs, though. And they understand that. I feel like we could all learn a lot from dogs. Welcome in, Math. Hope you're doing well today. We could probably learn less from cats, to be honest. Not that I don't think cats are awesome, but... if a cat was a person, I probably wouldn't be friends with it. Yeah, exactly, Waffles. Like, I go out of my way, like, even at the sacrifice of my own, like, patience to be polite to other people. Because I know, like, other people could be going through something bad or not having a great time. And just, like, a little smile or being polite would be enough. Oops, I went one over here. Let's, eliminate that. Goodbye. It can cost you stuff, Maz. I mean, I don't think it's completely fair to say that being nice doesn't cost you anything. Manners arguably cost less, but it definitely can be hard some days, especially with certain people. But I think it's worth the effort. Like, I don't know, I rarely ever have people mad at me just because I feel like I'm nice to everyone. Even people like I despise, they typically treat me with respect. I feel like that's worth like going out of your way to just try to be a nice person to them, even if you don't think they're that great of a person. Never been mad at you? Just wait, Iguana. Just you wait. Yeah, Mini Squatch, you don't have to respect people. Like, it's not a requirement. And I would even go as far as to say, like, there's a good number of people that I don't respect, but I'm still, like, polite with them, you know? I'm still cordial. I think that's kind of the key for me. Literally furious over here. I'm not even that good at this game. Like, I probably know close to 50 or 60 people who are better than me at this game. I guess it depends what you mean by defining better, but... Yeah, you can not respect someone and still be, like, cordial and friendly with them, right? Maybe friendly is the wrong word, but, like... polite, I guess, is the word I was using earlier. Again, it's kind of hard to do, but I do think it's worth it. Tolerant? Tolerant feels like you're just dealing with it, though. I don't know. Not be cold to them? There's like a few different ways you could probably say it. Yeah, and I do want to say, like, if you really feel like you can't be that way toward or around a certain person, I think that's your decision to make, and I think it's okay for that to be the case for you. I understand it, for sure. I have been very lucky in my life to be mostly surrounded by decent people. Like, there are very few people in my life that have been particularly mean to me, and I know that not everyone has been that lucky. I know that quite a few people have had people that have actually just straight up ruined their lives in one way or another. And yes, I could definitely understand under those circumstances not being able to be nice to them. Hey, Jim Jam, I'm doing really well. And part of that privilege, I feel like, of having, you know, not having to have dealt with that, I think I can send back as being nice to as many people as I can. You know? Just make everyone's day a little brighter if you can. Yeah, math. That's typically what ends up happening. I have heard some very bad stories about those sorts of situations. And I totally understand, like, going no contact at the very least. LMLP, welcome in. Bella, welcome in. We're going in here. Kick drum. Axolotl kick drum out of respect. Beautiful. Thank you for summoning sneakers, Jim Jam. Yeah. Yeah, and I totally get that. That's why I really wanted to clarify, like, it's great if you can show respect and politeness to people around you, but, like, you don't have to. Like, if it's hard for you to do, or if it, like, hurts you to do, then, like, don't. It's totally okay. I'd recommend for those types of people that you just avoid contacting them at all. Just for your own mental health. I feel like it's better just to not communicate or be around them, but sometimes you can't, so that's a tough situation to be in. Cletus, thank you so much for summoning a picture of Brady. Look at him on the beach. He's so cute. Gene, that's funny. Is he using like a filter or what? Yes, if they don't respect your right to exist as an equal, I feel like at that point, like, yeah, you probably don't need to treat them with respect. I mean, you never need to, but you probably shouldn't at that point. It would be nice to be able to be above all of that, but in that sort of situation, there's like no way to be above that. Don't want to clean? Bella, you should clean. I have to clean my room. Oh, that reminds me of cleaning. Ah, he shrunk his face into a hoodie. He's down a YouTube rabbit hole. We've all been there. Yeah, there are some particularly awful people in the world. I personally don't understand it. I think that's how this whole conversation started, was kind of just like, I don't understand how people can be so cruel to each other. Like, we're kind of all stuck in this world together. Just the idea that you could even treat someone else with that level of cruelty is so foreign to me. Oops, missed. Tolerate but lack sympathy. Yeah. The money grind is so satisfying but boring. Yeah, I like to do things while I'm also doing the money grind. That's kind of what I did, right? Is I would do the money grind like once a week and then also do a bunch of stuff in between. Yeah, Iguana. That's definitely one of the ones that sticks out to me, too. It really does come down for a lot of people of just, like, they grew up learning that it was gross from their parents or from other places, and they just, like, ingrained it in their mind that anyone who does that must be weird or horrible or whatever else stupid things they were told. That's actually how a lot of that stuff starts. Yeah, generational trauma. Just, I don't know. Like, I was told that a lot when I was younger, too, though. It's like, in the mid-2000s, when I was in middle school, everyone just made fun of gay people all the time. It was, like, the norm. I hate to say it like that, but it really was. Like, especially in middle school. I'd like to think we didn't know better, but that's basically what everyone was doing. Like, the word gay was used for the butt of every single joke, pretty much, at that time. It's like, I didn't grow up to hate gay people, though. Even though I never really even met a gay person until, like, high school at the very least. I don't know. It's so hard to, like, understand human behavior and how that all stems from one thing or another. I think part of it is my parents always were, like, much more tolerant of those sorts of things. At the very least, they taught me to be very empathetic, which I think is really the key to all of those sorts of things. Like, even if you're taught something weird or, like, something wrong or to hate, like, a certain group of people, if you grow up with, like, an empathetic mindset, that can very easily change, right? Like, you won't be static on that your whole life. Because you'll learn to, or think about it and understand, hey, like, why did I ever hold those beliefs? Like, they're just another person like I am. They're just trying to do their best just like I am. Yeah, exactly, Waffles. Like, my parents weren't like that, but, like, everyone else was. In fact, I don't think my parents ever really talked about it. Like, it would get mentioned occasionally. They'd never say anything bad about gay people. I think, one of my, like, I think it was like, it's like a cousin-in-law transitioned. This was like 10 years ago or something like that. And they were mentioning, like, they didn't understand it, but they never said anything bad about them, right? Like, they just didn't get it. They're like, they paid for all this expensive surgery, like, why? But they never were like, oh, they're weird or anything like that. They were just like, huh, they just didn't get it. I don't remember what my opinion was. I'm remembering like little snippets of all this now. People called me gay in high school all the time just because I wasn't dating any girl. It didn't bother me so much they kept trying to piss me off. Yeah, that's what just high schoolers do to each other, right? Weird math. Yeah. Middle school and high school are a weird time. At least in the US. I can't speak for anyone else. You went through a slightly homophobic and transphobic stage when I was younger. I had difficulty understanding the concepts. Yeah, exactly what I was trying to say, Squatch. It's like when you're introduced to a new concept, it's human nature to just be like, that's kind of strange, right? Like, that's just what our nature is. But if you're an empathetic person, hey, jelly. Or at the very least, you're not resistant to new ideas. Like, it might take a little bit, but like, there's no reason for you to not realize, hey, that's just another person just like me. What's the big deal? Like, why would they go through this surgery and this, like, these difficulties on themselves if they didn't actually, like, need this, you know? Like, surgery sucks. You're not going to get transitional surgery unless you actually think it's a very important thing for you, right? You always had older friends because the one your age just pissed you off. I just didn't really have that many friends in high school until my senior year, and then I had lots of friends. It turned out I was just very shy and, like, was afraid to talk to people. That was most of my problem. Yeah. You can, like, really hurt someone by just name calling. That sticks and stones thing is just bullcrap, right? Of course it hurts. Let's grab all these before I forget. The brain cells! 1 second, I got some messages. I want to make sure it's not... No, okay. That's good. Love it, Maz. It's so hard to put yourself out there, but in a lot of ways it's really worth it. I don't know. I say that, but right now I'm very much not interested in dating at all. Partially it is because I'm scared to put myself out there, but partially it's just because I'm so busy right now. If I were to date someone right now, I just would not be giving them any effort, you know? Or I'd have to take away effort for something that I'm doing now that I love. And I don't think I'd want to do that. Exactly. To be fair, yes. You're not talking about dating. Really, waffles? Oh my goodness. Dude, the people that just, like, tell you to, like, off yourself, they're... I just don't understand how you can tell someone that. Like, how do you enjoy yourself after you passively harmed another person? Like, how does that get you a good feeling? I can't understand that at all. Like, I feel like I can honestly say that I have never wished harm. Maybe I've wished harm on people. I've never wished self-harm on anyone, though. And I just don't know how you could do that. It's like... It's so strange to me. I'm sorry, Iguana. I'm very sorry that that happened to you. Know that you're loved and appreciated, and I'm always glad when you're here. Jeez. I always feel like I'm shielded from so much of this just because I'm privileged enough to have, you know, been born into the right body and just happening to be straight, you know. The crap that so many people have to go through just for being born a certain way is absurd. Yeah, feeling pain when other people feel pain, it's important though, Math, right? Like, I feel like that's the only way to, like, love someone, right? Now, it's hard to do with everyone, but, like, I feel like you can't really love someone unless you can, like, share their pain, right? Congrats, Royce. Good job. Yeah. I don't know if that's, like, the dictionary definition, but that's kind of what it feels like to me, right? Now, pain isn't the only thing you'll share. It's like you share, like, emotions with them on certain other levels too, but that's definitely one thing you'd have to be able to share, I feel like. To the haters, I say that stuff. Exactly, Iguana. It just really bothers me because it feels like they have to know they could be actually harming someone, right? And for some reason it, like, makes them feel better. I have been very angry in video games before. Like, I used to be, like, super mad when I played video games. It's part of why I don't play that many competitive games anymore. But I don't think I've ever said that to someone. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have never said that to anyone. Just like like, wishing pain on someone else, especially, like, self-pain, is just so ridiculous to me. I'm kind of repeating myself, I guess, but to be fair, Math, well, I don't know exactly what you're trying to say, but I can understand, especially several years ago, being wary of friends being online and not have ever met them before. But I don't know if that's exactly the situation you're describing there. She wouldn't mind at all. Yeah, it's probably just hard for her to understand, right? Like, what it means to have online friends. Because a lot of people grew up at a time before, like, online was really a thing. Like, I still get people who I talk about my online friends that are like, how can you be friends with someone that you've never met in person before? And for a lot of people, it's just really hard to understand. Because for some people, I feel like actually they can't conceptualize the idea. Because to them, friendship is like a very much a you have to be in contact with a person fairly often sort of thing. And that's fine for them, but like for other people, it's different, you know? I imagine it's a fairly universal experience, unfortunately, Iguana. Even to this day. I'm sure it's gotten better. Especially since I was younger, but you know, I feel like in some ways it's gotten worse just because the most hateful people out there are like more mad about it and are more out there saying things. As a mercy may I feel this. To be fair, it is a good idea to like keep things private on the internet for sure. I would say the stranger danger thing is pretty advised there. Now, wishing game characters to die in a fire is very different from wishing the player playing them to die in a fire. Welcome back, Farland. How are you doing today? We are collecting stuff and things, too. Yeah, exactly. Although, I'm pretty empathetic even to NPCs. It's hard for me to play evil versions. Or play evil in a game. I do it sometimes, but it's more like out of a completionist thing. Like, I have to intentionally force myself to make choices. Being God at AC. This is not God at AC. This is really easy. You literally just hold down your AC key and spam your click. What did Twitch send you an ad for, Iguana? Exactly, Mini Squatch. Like, oh my gosh, I can actually be helpful. That's very interesting that it would do that, actually. Why would it advertise that? People always make the joke that, like, it only sends you ads for things you're looking for. But I feel like the algorithm's really bad at that. I feel like I get ads for things I don't want all the time. Hey! Shinagawa brothers? Shinagawa? I know what it's from and I remember you, but I still can't pronounce that. I'm just gonna go with brothers. Welcome in. I know, it's good to see you. Sheena, that was it. Yep. Here, let me add that there. I thought I put it on your name already. Maybe it went away because I lost some of the names a while back. You can't have caffeine. Yeah, I think the ads have gotten worse at algorithmically choosing you for something you want. I have had some good targeted ads before. I feel like I self-target myself with ads because, like, the YouTubers I watch that present stuff are usually pretty good at picking things that I'd actually be interested in. Like, Dr. Becky has, like, those occasionally hit interesting ads of stuff I might actually want. Like, Map Men occasionally does too. Although it's usually VPNs, which I don't care about. Those are wild relationships. I got through a Renegade Mass Effect playthrough. To be fair, some of the choices in the original Mass Effect game for Renegade are just kind of stupid. It's like, I know it's evil, but why am I even doing it in the first place? Taco Bell ad. I mean, I feel like that's pretty well targeted, honestly. I don't know Matt Pat very well, to be honest with you, Elemental P. But if he feels like it's time to retire, then it's probably time to retire, right? Oh, really, Farland? That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. Tom Scott, he warned us a year ago, and I feel like I had my sadness then. But yeah, now that it's actually happened, I felt ready for it. But yeah, it'll be very sad to not have him. He was definitely... I watched him every Monday, probably, without even thinking about it for the most part. I would just put him on because I knew he had a new video out. After looking up baby back ribs. Oh, that's actually really funny. Love those. You should use an ad blocker on Reddit. Like, find a way to get one. I don't know. I don't really see ads anymore unless I'm watching TV. Yeah, I purposely just like I pay for not seeing ads. It's worth it to me. It's worth it for my sanity. The limb literally flying off into the sunset was an amazing way. I like how he stuck that in there at the beginning. He was like saying that list of things he's never done yet. And I was like, that seems like a weird one, you know? Like all those other ones are pretty crazy, and that one's just kind of like something he probably could have actually done. And then he ends it with it. It was perfect. It was just diapers. Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure that algorithms are run by crappy AI bots now. Okay, Squatch, I'm afraid to say this out loud, but I think I've talked about it on stream before. I have a Reddit app, a third-party Reddit app, that is working perfectly well right now. And it has been ever since the API changes. And I have no idea why. Yes, I am the crappy AI. Hi, Rainbee, welcome in. Like, I half expected it to stop working a little bit after after those API changes, but then it just kind of kept working. It's called Boost. I think, right? Yeah, it's called Boost. And it's, I don't know if you can get it anymore, but it's still working for me. And the owner of it specifically said he was going to end it, and it's still working, so I don't know why. All right, we're going to have an ad in just a minute. I apologize. I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, ads also make me irrationally angry, Maz. That's why I purposely pay to avoid them. Like, I pay for YouTube Premium. It's expensive, but, like, half my entertainment comes from YouTube. I don't know. Like, TV costs a lot more than YouTube does. I pay for Twitch Turbo because my other half of entertainment comes from Twitch. We can't serve you better ads. I know! Taco Bell's back. Oh, sorry, Sheena. You got the double ad because you came in with the pre-rolls and then it ran another one. Yeah, I've had well, yeah, I've had YouTube Premium for like 7 or 8 years now. It was called YouTube Red at the time. And it's just been so worth it to me. It's like, it's hard to notice the effect it has, but like, just not worrying about ads on YouTube at all. Anyways, I know everyone's back from the ad now, so I'll restate what I was saying. I said I've had YouTube Premium for like 7 or 8 years now. It was called YouTube Red back then, even. And I have a vestige price. I don't think you can get the price that I have anymore. But basically, when I got that price, it was like, you'll have this price forever. So... that's why I did it. So I've been paying, I think it's $10 a month. And now I think it's up to like 12 or 14 or something like that. But mine's still 10. Anyone else miss Google Play Music? I forgot that was a thing, but I liked it better than Spotify. And then it went away, like everything else Google makes. Iguanas all the way. What's wrong with geckos? You can like both. Have you guys ever played Gex 64? The ultimate gecko? I do kind of miss Skype, just for the sounds. The sounds were iconic. Discord does everything better than Skype, though. I can, like, hear the Skype sounds right now. God, no. I've talked about this before. Do you all remember when Twitch was like Discord for 5 minutes? Skype still exists? Wait. So Twitch released an app that was basically like Skype. I think this was before Discord came out. And basically you could like watch Twitch streams from your browser and then like also call people via video chat or calling chat. It didn't have like forums like Discord does now. But it was basically like Skype, and existed for at least a year. Kind of still is, Farland. I think Jabber's supposed to replace it eventually. Discord works pretty well. I think they do a pretty good job. Until they don't, of course. It feels like I think every company is doing a great job until they don't. Yeah, it is kind of odd, Elemental P. Amazon definitely likes to nickel and dime you. There was a glorious while when if you had a Prime subscription, you didn't get any ads on Twitch. That's gone now, so you got to pay separately for Turbo. I would never get an Echo. I don't trust Amazon. I don't trust Google either, but I trust Amazon less. I have a Google Home downstairs. At least I know Google will sell my data in a smart way. I don't think Amazon would do that. Alright, see you later, Sheena. Sorry you got a double added. That's really annoying for you, because you just came in when the pre-rolls were disabled. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm glad you came by. Streaming services are starting to shut down already, Farland, because they can't keep the upkeep. Which is very annoying, because a lot of the things that they bought are no longer streaming on their service, and are now abandonware, basically. Abandoned media. Luckily, we have the great pirates keeping things alive. Yar. Mine was a gift. I rarely use it, and I plug it when I'm not going to play music on it. Alright, we go to sleep now. Yeah, Spotify is, like, so annoying sometimes. I don't know how to explain it. Their, like, UI just bugs out on me constantly. Did I answer what, Farland? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Plush Marionette. Yeah, you asked a space question. Do stars die at all stages? So there's kind of different kinds of stars. So the giant stars are very different than our sun, although our sun is actually quite giant in comparison to us. So there's main sequence stars, which are the most common kind of stars, which are stars like about the size of our sun. And those stars basically form from the dust of leftover stars. They coalesce into something that looks like our sun. They live that way for quite a number of billion years. They turn into red giants where they get really big for a few 100 million years. And then they release their outer, like, area, what do you even call it? Like, the outer part of the star, like, pushes outward, which makes, like, some of those planetary nebula that look really pretty from NASA pictures. But they don't actually explode. They certainly kill anything in the solar system that might be left at that point, but they don't actually explode. They just, like, push their outer layer outward, and then they leave a white dwarf behind, which is very small. And eventually that white dwarf will burn out after a long period of time. Now, those are typical main sequence stars. Now, there are stars on the main sequence that can be bigger than the sun, and then when they die, they go supernova, because they're big enough for that, and then turn into a neutron star or black hole or something along those lines. But the very, very, very large stars are different than the sun in the fact that they only last for a few 100 million years. So that's like 1,000 times less than the sun, basically. They're usually bluer because they last a very short amount of time, so they burn very bright. They go through all their fuel very quickly because they're so big, and then they very quickly explode and go supernova. And that's basically the difference between the two. So we call those like supergiant stars. They don't last very long. I'm probably not going to do that on stream, as I will be playing it though. Maybe I'll do a separate playthrough after I play through it. That's something I want to do myself. Yeah, Mini Squatch. Spotify's UI is just so frustrating to me. I agree completely. And it's like really bad for cars. Like if you're driving in the car and you got to figure something out on your UI, and obviously you shouldn't do that, but like your music stopped playing, right? You want to listen to music. So I'm at a stoplight or something, like trying to figure this stuff out, and car mode is worse somehow. Always worse somehow. My favorite part about car mode is it changes where the buttons are. You're teaching me that your buttons are in a specific spot, Spotify, and then you change it when I go into a different mode, specifically for a hands-off approach. I'm sorry. I feel like a monkey could come up with a better design decision than that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just afraid of backseating. I feel like that's one game I definitely don't want to be backseated on. But I also don't want to like fight my chat about it, you know. If someone's backseating, I don't want to be like, I don't want them to be like, why can't I backseat? You know, it's just not a fight that's worth it to me. What is the easiest item to get 999 of? Let's see here. Probably bait, because you can buy it for 5 gold each. Oh, cool. Someone gifted me a sub somewhere. I don't want to turn off chat, though. There's a great book I read recently by Jorbs, who's a really good streamer here on Twitch. And he basically started out by saying, like, he was in the middle of, like, a very important game he was playing. And, like, a lot of people in the chat were being, like, super backseaty, you know? And he was, like, getting super upset. And then the mods basically turned off the chat. They switched it to emote-only mode. And he expressed, like, how distressed he was by that. Because it was, like, the community he spent so much of his time here building on Twitch suddenly couldn't speak to him, you know? All because of just a few people who were causing problems. I don't want to have that problem, though, Iguana. I don't want to be muting half of chat or timing out half of chat. It's a lot easier to just not play the game on stream. We have a lot of other games we can enjoy instead that I don't care if I get spoiled on. A few bad apples. Yeah, it's more like just like... It's really hard to explain. There's like a human natural response to tell someone how to do something better, you know? It comes to me, too. It's hard for me to avoid as well. It's just like you want to help them. And then you don't understand why they get upset with you. And then you're mad at them for getting upset at you because you were trying to be helpful. And it's just a very bad feedback loop that I can avoid it, so why would I bother, you know? I'm just going to avoid it as much as possible. It happened when we were playing other games, too, I think. Probably not, Maz. I just don't want to deal with having to be, you know, a personality while I'm playing it. The whole idea of playing it off stream is also that I want to enjoy it in the way I want to enjoy it. Spoiler squashing team. Welcome in, Blade. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, though. I don't want to have to be me. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Maybe you guys don't want to hear this exactly, but I'm not exactly the same person I always am when I'm streaming. I'm kind of different, you know? And so I want to be able to turn that off while I'm playing that game. Yeah, Mini Squatch, I've had to do that before. Anyways, if you all don't know Blade, Blade is a super awesome streamer and YouTuber here on Twitch who does a whole bunch of really cool Stardew Valley content. And you should really follow Blade soon, because 1.6 is coming out shortly, and I'm sure Blade will have the inside scoop on everything when it comes out. So follow Blade's Twitch channel, subscribe to Blade's YouTube, check out all the stuff that he's been doing. Gasp, really? Hey Gretchen, welcome in. There is a way to approach certain topics. The thing is, Gretchen, a lot of these people are really young. And they just don't understand that, like, someone might be upset with the way that they help them. And you kind of have to meet them at their level, right? It's like, I was probably like that when I was 13, too. And I don't want to get mad at them, but, like, I'm trying to enjoy a game my way. So I've just come to the decision that it's better to just not play games like that on stream, personally. Afternoon to you, Blade. Blade has access to 1.7. Blade has coded 1.7. On stream at some point. You're braver than I am, Blade. 13-2, that's my favorite Final Fantasy game. 10-1 is my favorite Final Fantasy game. No, Farland, they would definitely not be. I just was choosing one at random. It's only 1:15 there? I would expect it to be earlier for some reason. We'll get there one day. Excuse me. Already halfway done, Spike Princess? That's insane. I missed some messages from you earlier, didn't I? I apologize. You said hello to Blade. Maybe I didn't miss it that much. Maybe that was the only one I missed. Oh, here they are. Oh, maybe not. Low-key hate printers. It's printers' company's fault that you hate printers. Printers are a very useful machine. They've just been over-designed and intentionally designed to give you trouble. I do have the living hat, and I didn't go out of my way for it. I just got it at one point. This was before I started streaming, though. Yikes, $1.5 billion? Yes. $1 billion. Yeah, it took me quite a while to get that money. But I needed at least $1 billion for the Statues of Endless Fortune. Each one's $1 million. I needed 999 of them. So that's $1 billion right there. A little less than $1 billion, but only by $1 million. In my dream last night, I visited a huge Joja Mart factory in the middle of the desert. Ooh. Were you, like, going in to disable it? You also got a living hat there. I would love a Stardew heist mod. Hold on. That sounds amazing, actually. I wonder if this is enough. I think it is. It'd be a shame if it was just short. It might be over, actually. Grinding for the living hat. So far, I've got nothing. Yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to grind for, honestly. It's hard to get, like, a lot of weeds in one place. For some reason, Spike Princess. That just sounds like Joja Mart. Hey, we got pretty much exactly enough, actually. Got the mushroom hat the other day. I still don't even have that one, Crafty. I haven't gone out of my way for it, though. Right when I wake up, Iguana, sometimes it's hard to tell. But my dreams usually get pretty fuzzy after a few minutes of waking up. Where it becomes fairly easy after that to be like, oh yeah, that was a dream. While I'm actually dreaming, though, they definitely can feel real. Like, I try to remember dreams now, and they have like a film grain on them. So it's very easy to tell for me what memories were dreams and which ones weren't. No, Maz. I don't need to get living hats. They don't stack. It's only stackable items I need. The cats on your body got names? Yes. This is Sneakers, and then this is Sneaky. Sneakers is the big one, Sneaky's the little one. Yeah. Hey, we got another jelly. Nice. Anything else nice? There's sap. Yeah, they're the names that came with them, I think. Sneaky for sure. I don't know about Sneakers. Because I got Sneakers when I was really little. Sneaky still has his tag. Yeah, they were right. Well, Sneakers was my childhood toy. I actually don't know where Sneaky came from. Sneaky might have been a backup toy. In case I ever lost Sneakers. Parents do that a lot, don't they? He just shrunk in the wash. I found Sneaky in my parents' basement. Underneath the floorboards. No. Underneath the stairs. With a few other Beanie Babies as well. The Immaculate Conception, yes. In the basement. I would still do the challenge. I would just omit living hats only. Hey, Lucy, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. That is a surprise added in 1.6. I don't think hats are going to stack in 1.6. There isn't a whole lot of reason for it. I ran out of stone. Not expected. Sneakers is in the washing machine with you. Okay, this way we will not run out. Let's just do a stack of each. So we don't have to think about it much. That probably puts me under the amount I need. But now is not the time to be collecting jade. This is no time for caution. Give me 1.6, please. I think it'll be out somewhat soon. I have no insider information, but it feels likely to me. Add cheese to the eggplant parm recipe. I never even considered that before, Mini Squatch. It is kind of odd there's no cheese there. I don't think that'll get changed, though. Changing existing recipes doesn't happen very often. Now, if, like, chocolate got added to the game, I imagine the cookies and the chocolate cake would change slightly. But that's, like, the only two I can see happening. I like a kid at Christmas. Christmas just happened, too. I wish unused tackles would stack. I honestly kind of wish for it, too, Waffles, because it would make things a lot easier. It wouldn't hurt me that badly, either. Been saying that since September. I feel like I've been saying that for over a year now. 1.6 has been teased for quite a while, although it used to be a small modding update, and now it's, well, whatever it is now. Crisiamos. Yeah, that's why I was thinking chocolate might be a possibility, just kind of as a teaser for 1.6. I'm sorry, for Haunted Chocolatier. It'd be kind of smart, right? Like... You think he'll announce a release date in advance or just drop it as a surprise? He usually just drops it as a surprise. That was true of 1.5, and I think 1.4 as well. Like, we knew it was kind of coming. 1.5 was, like, pretty big surprise, I feel like. I feel like it wasn't really in the collective consciousness. Was there even much teasers for many teasers for 1.5? I can't even remember. Can anyone remember? My brain is not working right now. I remember being very, very surprised by 1.5. I think I knew there was an update coming, but I was not expecting what came out. It was pretty insane. I hope he buys Twitter. I don't think Concerned Ape wants to deal with that. Frankly, for his sake, I don't want him to deal with that. I'd rather he focused on doing the things he loves. Don't think anyone's expecting 1.5 to be the way it was. We might get a few days warning, Anna. But I imagine not much. I think 1.5 was just dropped one day, which was insane. The thing is, the anonymous drop worked really well because it was literally Christmas time, so everyone was free. I think it'll be less good during, like, a regular week, you know? Like, if you drop it on at Wednesday at, like, noon, I feel like that would be very bad for a lot of people. Not, like, bad, but, like, it's like they wouldn't have the excitement of exploring it for the first moment. So it'll probably drop on a weekend at least. Yeah, exactly, Maz. It would be nice to know ahead of time just to be able to... I don't think I'd take a day of work off, but I might. Yeah, I think Pathos did most of that work, but it was not... Concerned Ape is the one who said to do it, right? Mini Squatch. But yeah, I'm very excited for what mods are going to be able to do now. I've indirectly conversed with a few modders about the alpha stuff, and it seems like it's going to be super helpful for mod making. And the alpha stuff's open to anyone who wants it at the very least. I have to call in sick. I think we did everything today. Do not skip your work duties. Okay, maybe a little bit. Yeah, my guess is it'll be on a weekend. Otherwise, it would be... I think CA is well aware that people have work, you know? Look at that sap go up. We're up to 18 sap. Did I say I was going to eat as many sap as we got? I think I did, didn't I? I'm so dumb. Why would I make that promise? Yeah. I think this is from Terraria, the Otherworld music. That's what it sounds like. I'll double check, though. That's not what Spotify, that's Discord. Yeah, Consumed by the Darkness. Terraria, Otherworld music is very intense. You can do some work from home. Not if you're playing Stardew, you can't. That might be a job you should go into as much as you can, Mass. But if you plan ahead of time to take it off, that's fair. That's a really cool job, though, Maz. Hi, my name is !Lurk. Enjoy your Lurk muffin. Is a sapling eating sap technically cannibalism? No, because saplings and sap are not the same thing. It's like a vampire, actually. I think that is the equivalent of a vampire. It's like a baby vampire. It's recycling. It's like a child vampire. Because you're a sapling eating tree blood. Famous and handsome fighter pilot. You're giving me mixed messages, Maz. I'm gonna guess that's what your username is referencing. I have not seen Top Gun. I assume that's the reference. Either of them. Tree vampires is a cool concept. I might steal that for D&D. Just like imagining trees like jumping up and sucking on the bark of other trees. They made a sequel. It was more like a remake, wasn't it? I heard it was alright. Not as good as the original, but actually alright. OMG, sneaky. I just assumed that's what you were referencing, Maz, because you said handsome fighter pilot. Like, that's the first movie that comes to mind when I hear those terms. Parasitic plants are a thing. I'm just like imagining a tree like leaning over and just like sucking the sap out of another tree though. Ooh, eating through the roots? Then you're not detected. Kind of hard to stay out of the sun as a tree though. I imagine that doesn't go super well most of the time. Already in a coffin, though. I like these connections. Did I say hi, TJ? Hi, TJ. I know you've been lurking, but it's good to say hi. Do I become a were tree? You just start, like, growing leaves randomly on your body. It's like the worst lyanthrop... How do you say that word? Like the general term for like a person that transforms into something else. It's used in D&D a lot. So it's like Lyth. Lycanthrope. Lichen. Like the moss? That's the word I was looking for. Ooh, you're giving me ideas for D&D now. Dense forest. There's like these trees with no leaves that like reach out with their branches and like start sucking away at the trees around them. I gotta photosynthesize so hard. Yeah, lichen. Or like and subscribe. Did you steal that joke from a Minecrafter? I bet you did. Sounds like something that a Minecrafter would say. Probably. It's like a cool idea for a fight, I feel like. I don't know how the tree fights, but I can figure that part out later. Also, it's fall, everyone. I kind of forgot it was fall. Huh. I don't know how much more I want to do today, because we're going to stream a lot tomorrow. We'll go for a few days in fall, at least. Ents. Ents are cool, though. I want this to be like an evil tree. Evil Ent. Very slowly. I'm growing at you so hard right now. It's fall, y'all. Speaking of time being fall, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and drop an ad on you. Sorry. It'll be done in a minute. I'll see you on the other side. Not yet, Golden Agent. Not yet. We have 80 auto petters. Hacks. You know what they say? Anytime someone's got 999 of something, they must have cheated. That might actually go on my thumbnail. It's such a perfect thumbnail thing. What's my plan for auto petters? The basic idea... I'll wait till everyone gets back, because we got 30 seconds. It's the only way, though. Music's good for it. Oh, I know, Mini Squatch. It's not worth it to me. You refuse to throw it out? Thank you so much, Blade. Put it next to Krobus. He's a good boy. Or, they're a good boy. They deserve it. Alright, everyone's back. Welcome back, everyone. I was going to talk about how I'm going to get my auto petters. So, the only way to get auto petters, if you've gone CC route, is in Skull Cavern... Well, not the only way, sorry. The only realistic way to get a lot of auto petters... That's not even true either. The way I'm going to get auto petters is from Skull Cavern chests. So each one has a 1 in 27 chance of dropping me an auto petter. And what I'm going to do is get my luck as high as I can, so I get as many chests as I can. And I'm going to ladder down with as high luck as possible, get as many chests as I can, and just keep laddering until I pass out. At the current rate I'm doing that, this requires about 250,000 staircases. Luckily for me, I have 250,000 staircases already. Auto petter was my nickname in college. So yeah, that's basically the plan. So I got a whole bunch of staircases. I'm going to max out my luck as close as I can at least. And I'm going to choose ladder down in Skull Caverns. It's going to take a while, but it won't be too bad. That's why I had to leave Catholic school. Oh boy. It'll take a while. It's not that bad, actually. Hey, hamburger lover, welcome in. No ad for you? Yeah, it's not that strange. Sometimes Twitch just doesn't know what ad to push, so it doesn't push ads. Good for you, though. It's not the only way, luckily, TJ. The other way to get them is from monster drops in the harder mines. Specifically the boss monsters that sometimes drop a rare item. You can tell about the slime ones because they're, they got a little antenna on their head, like with a star on it. But all monsters can be boss monsters. And then they can drop auto petters sometimes too. And in fact, the tile that they drop them on doesn't change. So if you can figure out what tile it is, and you kill an enemy on that spot on the same day, you'll get the same item. Boss monsters? Yeah. We call them boss monsters. Technically, they're not called anything in particular, I don't think. They're just slightly stronger monsters. They're not that tough. Like, you've probably seen them before, Maz. You know the slimes with, like, the antenna on top of them? That looks slightly different, and they drop a rare item. I am not that close to finishing the challenge. With 1.6 coming out, I'm expecting another 2 years at least. Yeah, they usually have, like, a star on their antenna. Really hoping for a snow day. Oh, tomorrow? We got, like, a lot of snow today. We probably should have had a snow day, because the driving was super dangerous this morning. But we ended up having school still. I would have streamed this morning otherwise. You hate school? I'm sorry to hear that. It's really unfortunate because school is like super important. But it's pretty normal, I think, now to hate it. Not holding it against you, by the way, hamburger lover. It's not your fault, probably. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's not your fault, actually, not probably. Yeah, they're not like bosses, Maz. Not in the same way like Haunted Chocolatier is gonna have bosses. They're just like certain enemies are stronger than other enemies. Actually, I'm not sure how we ended up calling them boss monsters. Someone coined the term and it just stuck. I don't think they're called that anywhere. I think Blade looked it up recently and was surprised that they weren't called boss monsters in the code. Wiki, probably. Let's not give the wiki any credit. That would require some creativity on their part. Intoxicated to school? I imagine you would get in serious amounts of trouble. Depends on your school, though. I imagine there's some schools where it happens quite often, and the students probably don't get in that much trouble. My school, it would not go well. Sorry, I forgot. I have a drinking problem. Apparently. I'm totally fine. I just literally forgot how to drink water. Sorry about that. They're called manager monsters, yes. I like that. I don't think you should push your luck, Iguana. There's no reason to push the envelope if you don't need to, right? Also, you probably shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm not going to ask you your age, but I'm going to assume it's not, like, advanced. Do you go to bartender school? I don't know, Peony. Items in Haunted Chocolatier might not even stack. Also, welcome in, Peony. I'm going to assume some of them are going to stack, but they might not stack to 999. My guess is that I'm probably going to attempt a stack challenge with it. I'll see if it's feasible, though. Shiny! Thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the stack. Enjoy your emotes, your sub badges, and your ad-free viewing for the 15th month. Can we get a lovely shout-out for the wonderful, wonderful Shiny Games who streams here on Twitch, if you can believe it. Welcome in, Shiny. I never drank alcohol yet. Good, good. I'm all for personal freedoms, but alcohol is one of those things you probably should not have until you're a little older. I will not say where the age should start, because I think that should kind of be up to you and your parents, but probably not until you're older. Step Alco. Welcome in. How many times have I called you Prism? It's Prisium, right? Sounds like Presidium from Mass Effect. Personally, I do like alcohol, but I do understand that feeling, Waffles, because it's how I feel about weed. Marijuana. I've tried it before, and just every time I've just not enjoyed it. Just, it makes me feel weird, and not like in a good way. Oh, it is pronounced prism. Okay, I will remember that. You probably told me that, and that's why I've been calling you Prism, and I just am second-guessing myself. Sweetie, won't you buy something? Oh, top of the morning, you want some coconuts, do you? Oh, all right, just teleport out like you always do. Yeah, I feel in control when I'm drunk. I honestly, I feel in control when I'm high, too, but... Coconuts. Coconuts. Coconuts, 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 coconuts. Thank you so much. But, like, it's just... Like, my mind isn't in control when I'm high. It's, like, a very different feeling. I don't like it at all. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to drink, though. That's probably a good thing to do, honestly. It, like, calms me out, though. It mellows me out. So I do enjoy the feeling, although I don't like it all the time. I just like it a little bit. Whereas weed just makes me feel anxious, like really anxious. Like things are happening to me that I don't understand and can't comprehend and don't want to be there anymore, but I can't leave because it's my body. Be responsible when drinking. That's probably a good idea, Jim Jam. I have noticed that I feel like when I'm drunk, when certain people get drunk, they like actually lose control of themselves. And I feel like I don't get that way, even when I'm really, 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 really drunk, where I have been a few times, although it has been a while. I feel like I can still control my actions pretty well. Like, my reaction time is much slower. Like, really badly slower. But, like, as far as decision-making goes, I don't feel like my decision-making is as impaired as some people's gets. Still worse, don't get me wrong, but... My impulse control is definitely lower, too. But that's kind of the whole point of drinking, isn't it? I love that that simile there, Gene. It's pretty funny. Dang, Maz. I was gonna say, sobriety is the best policy. Pickle juice is delicious. Tuna water is better. Pickle juice is gross. Isn't pickle juice like literally just pickle flavored vinegar? How is that delicious? I don't like either of those things, I guess, but I would actually just, I would gargle tuna water before I would have pickle juice. Any amount of pickle juice. Lots of electrolytes. Vinegar and salt, basically. Okay, that's fair. Like the chips, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of vinegar. I like it a little bit, the chip ones. But I'm not, like, a big fan. Lots of protein in tuna water, I would assume. Someone at one point made, like, a Reddit post about, like, drinking tuna water, and people were, like, just straight up did not believe them. And then they, like, responded to it with a post of them, with a video of them, like, actually just opening up a tuna can and drinking the water out. And I think it's things like that that are the reason that I still love Reddit, despite some of the more problematic things about it. Disgusting! Almost my holy grail. Now, there are definitely places on Reddit that I would not venture into. Mostly because there's a lot of negativity, and I just don't really like negativity, you know? There's also a lot of hatred. Although, I would say less hatred than a lot of places, honestly. As long as you're avoiding certain areas. Cat pics? I mean, yeah. You can find those anywhere on the internet, though, right? Exactly, TJ. Yeah, it's like you're in a city, right? And there are places that are kind of just like rather boring, that everyone hangs out. And then there's like those little secret places that only you know because you've been there for so long. And then there's like bad areas that you avoid because there's a chance that you can get hurt or get catcalled or be robbed, you know? If you know where to go and you know places to avoid and you got your little secret places that you love going, like Reddit's a pretty cool place for that sort of thing. I'm scared to ask what that is, Iguana, so I'm not going to. Yeah. There's also like a lot of thinly veiled misogyny on Reddit. It's kind of alarming, actually. Like, you can see it coming pretty easily. You'll click on a post where, like, there's, like, two people fighting or two people yelling at each other. And it's, you know ahead of time, like, what most of the comments are going to say. It's like, those are the kind of places I don't want to go to. Uh-oh, consequences. Yeah, at this point, I've been on Reddit for like over 10 years now. I know which subreddits that I click on the comments for and which ones I just look at the posts for, you know? Or if I'm in a particularly bad mood, sometimes I'll intentionally go to certain places to get myself riled up. Yeah, it depends where you are, Waffles, but yeah, it can be very outright in some places. I kind of meant the thinly veiled misogyny is on like the bigger subreddits, but there are some specific subreddits that are very much not thinly veiled and are very open about it. It's just like the posts that hit the front page. Sometimes you can tell ahead of time, like, oh yeah, I wonder how many people in this post are going to be just like slightly misogynist or slightly racist or whatever else. The thing about Reddit is, like, when people are like that, at least the ones that aren't like super outright about it, they're intentionally like deceptive about it, which is kind of what makes it bad. Like, I feel like Twitter is very upfront about a lot of the things that people say on there. If you're reading Twitter, it's like, oh yeah, this person is just exactly that. People in Reddit are like intentionally like deceiving other people. And it can be hard to tell sometimes, which kind of makes it a little dangerous, you know, if you don't know how to like understand what people are saying. That's true as well, Mini Squatch. That's probably my favorite thing about Reddit. If I need to like figure out how to solve a problem, the first thing I do is I Google the problem and then Reddit. And like 95% of the time, that's enough. And I'm done. Oh yeah, Honest Reviews is really good too. There's the subreddit, and then there's the subreddit that hates that subreddit, and then you can look at both of them and decide. Hey, Bird Soup, welcome in. Experts to tell me how dumb I am. Are you not smart enough to figure out how dumb you are? I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, Cat. I know there's more than misogyny. That's just the one I noticed the most in terms of like posts on the front page. Generally speaking, I honestly feel like the racism is pretty limited on the big subreddits. At least people will not like be super outward about it. But I do tend to see very clearly sometimes, like, again, it's like pretty common to just have like two people arguing, right? Like in a video or something like that. And then, like, it's very obvious what side the comment takes, and at least in my opinion, it's very obvious why a lot of the time. Yeah. Really? I'm not surprised, Kat. Yeah, any post about anything trans is... There's usually, like, the supportive comments usually get upvoted. But, like, if you dig through the bottom, it's, like, nothing but just people saying, I don't get trans. No, those are the nice ones, too. I don't get it. Why? Oh, not this one. We go here. Oh, you moderate a Harry Potter sub? Oh no, Cat. Oh, I do not envy you. Yeah, that would definitely do it. I think my favorite joke relating to that, I just remembering this now. Jenny Nicholson made a video about, I think it was about the Pandora land that Disney World made. They were trying to acquire the rights to... Maybe it was about the Star Wars land. They were trying to acquire the rights to Harry Potter. And they were very close. They were in talks with J.K. Rowling, Joanne, whatever. And she basically said no, specifically because they refused to make like the Hogwarts Express as a way, the only way to get in the park. And Universal said they would. So then they backed out. And someone in the comments said, I can't believe that Joanne or J.K. Rowling backed out from Disney over a dispute over trains rights. And I actually, that comment just like made me die. It was so funny. Sorry, it required like a massive explanation to get there, but it's just such a good joke. I know, it loses a little luster when, like, I have to tell the whole thing and, like, give you all the context and everything, but it was just so funny. Yeah, sometimes the fun is worth the journey. Also, you guys should watch that video because it's really good. All of Jenny Nicholson's videos are hilarious. I have some insider info about that. If anyone cares, would believe a random person on the internet. Is this related to like Disney parks? I'm very curious about Disney park insider information. Hit me, or Universal, or whatever. Sorry, Maz. I just saw your thing earlier. That's really funny. About the not safe for work subs. Wait, I did get this stuff, right? I do it so fast now, I forget. Yeah, Maz, you can share it. I'm curious. Usually when I hear something like this, Maz, like, I'm not gonna just straight up believe it, but I put it in the back of my mind as like, oh, that could have happened. If I hear it from like a third-party source or something. Wait, what, Gene? They do know that AO3 is like fanfiction, right? You can write whatever you want. Arguably, I guess certain things shouldn't be allowed, but... Don't dox me, I was kidding when I kind of assumed you were joking about that. You did work at Universal Orlando. It's very unlikely I can find you from that. A lot of people did, so don't worry, we won't dox you. English is complex, so I've heard. Tech services. That'd actually be kind of fun, I feel like. Well, it depends. Are you servicing customers, or are you just servicing, like, technology? If you're servicing customers, that would suck, but... Amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like super obvious. Yes, I know Brokeback Mountain's gay. But people change things all the time for whatever stupid reason, you know? You don't have to enjoy it. Especially fan fiction. It's not like they're making money or anything off of it. Unless they're like whoever wrote 50 Shades. And whoever wrote that Omegaverse thing. And what was the other one? There was another famous author that turned their fan fiction into a book. Maybe that was the Omegaverse thing. I can't remember. I know, right? Gold Agent. That was pretty good. Also, welcome in, Athena. Hope you're doing well. If you say HPMOR, I will unsubscribe. I don't know what that stands for. Harry Potter something something something? I haven't read any Harry Potter fan fiction. I haven't read that much fan fiction, to be honest with you. Hydraulics Projects Manager? The kind hydraulics... Okay, I see. Well, that's really cool. Hold on. I assumed you worked with, like, just computers. But, like, you were actually in charge of the rides in some capacity then. I guess the rides have computers, don't they? Ah, yes. The Gringotts roller coaster was your main project. I heard that one had, like, lots of trouble. So is that what this is related to? You're just a glorified mechanic. Okay. See, I misunderstood earlier when you said tech services. I assumed you were like IT. Oh, I've heard about that one, Kat. I haven't read any fanfics, but I've definitely heard about a few of them. Especially some very disturbing ones that I'm not going to talk about. Drapple? Is that the one I'm thinking of? You know, I don't want to know, Kat. Keep it to yourself. Kat, am I allowed to ask, like, which Harry Potter subreddit you moderate? You don't have to say here if you don't want, but I'm actually curious. I'm not going to go there and, like, say stuff, but I'm just kind of curious. Probably fanfiction one or something. Oh, it is the HP sub. Oh, geez, I didn't know that. Oh, Totem Mask. Do I have that one? I might have to make it. Here, let me go through this first, and I'll do it. Thanks, Muffin. We'll take care of it in a second. You just have to Google me. I don't just, like, Google people, Kat. That's invasive, I assume. The talks between Rowling and Disney broke down when they wouldn't give her 100% concrete control over the land they were trying to build. Okay, so it wasn't just about the train. I'm sure it was partially that, but yeah. Of course Universal would do that. Cuckoo Cachoo. Yeah, Gretchen. But that's the nice thing. You don't actually have to read fanfics if you don't want to. I guess you don't have to read anything. Fix this, fix that. Hat. Books smell good. That's true. Typically fanfictions aren't printed on paperback though. I might not have the totem mask. Is it just a farm totem and cloth? Yeah, I don't think I have it. Yeah, books smell really good. Let me make a totem mask here. Yeah, I listen to audiobooks now, so I haven't like smelled a good book in a while. Oh, it's over here. I like how it's just slightly smaller. It's just literally a farm totem. There's like no eye holes or anything. It's just a farm totem. What are those convos? Oh, is Murtaugh good, Athena? I heard mixed things about it. I'm definitely down to check it out, though. Favorite dancer? I assume you're not talking to me, because I don't have an answer. It opened to great success. We learned a lot, made lots of money, and then we built Diagon Alley, the other park. Our team came again and couldn't find anything they wanted to change. Okay, wow. So it actually worked out then, Maz. You made me think like something crazy was going to happen here. All right, I'm going to run an ad really quick. I'll be back in a sec. Go ahead, Iguana. What's your question? Only thing I know about Diagon Alley is green from season 8. That's fair. He did a good job with that. That looked really cool. Okay, that's really cool, Maz. Yeah, that's really interesting. You set that up like it was going to be a disaster. It's cool that that worked out so well. Iguana and Muffin worry me. They should. They're okay. Just ignore everything they're saying, and then it makes sense. Look at those. Look at them go. No problem. It was really cool to hear about. All right, we sleep. I don't know what that is, Iguana. All right, welcome back from the ad, everyone. We're just starting our next day here. I don't know what sertraline is. It sounds kind of toxic, though. Antidepressant. Well, I'm imagining it's not toxic, then, if you have to ingest it anyways. But most medicine is toxic in high quantities. Technically, most everything is toxic at high quantities. That emote makes me look like Abigail? That's fair. I mean, I'm okay I'm okay looking like Abigail. As a compliment. Well, if you buy it on credit, Waffles, even you can buy that car. That's how they get you. You'll be paying it off for the rest of your life, but you'll have it. What good advice? Oh, okay. I thought you were asking a question. No, you were just 7% financing for 84 months. 84 months? That's like 8 years. It's 7-ish years, but still. Well, I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 7.5 years. I know that if I'm gonna buy something, I don't know. I think the only thing in my life that I'm ever gonna want to buy on credit is gonna be like a house, because I won't be able to afford it otherwise. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that sort of situation with car payments and house payments and freaking blender payments. It's dangerous. My car didn't last 11 years. Actually, it kind of did. Let's see. We got our car. My car I got in 2010, I think. And I sold it last year. Yeah, it's over 11 years. Not too bad, actually, then. It was having problems for a lot of its life, though. We sold it for very cheap because we sold it to a friend, though. It also wasn't in working condition when we sold it. But he fixed it because he knows stuff about cars and was able to get it to work. I had a Dodge Nitro, which was apparently very infamous for having lots of issues. It had a lot of electrical issues, which are always very scary because you don't know what's going on. Just suddenly dials aren't working.
Oh, it's a person.
I'm not reading that number. Fine. 2 3 7 4 8 6 2 3 0 8 9 4 7. Thank you so much for the follow. SRT4 was nice and quick. Bot? People can have names. They don't have to be bots. Hey, Daymare, welcome in. Oh, let's get our coconuts first. Hey, Unknown, how are you doing today? Welcome in. New user 5294911 numbers. Best name. True. I remember the days when Sneakers was an only child. Muffin, you haven't been here that long. Sneakers was never an only child. Sneakers has thousands of brothers, enriching children's lives all around the world. Who is that person? Why are they named after my Soch? If that's your Soch, I've got some bad news for you. You aren't supposed to be born for quite a while now. Also, you're born in a hospital that doesn't exist yet. Any advice what to do late in the game? If you're late in a Stardew game, either you're going for perfection. If you're post-perfection, you've got to find a challenge to do, because there isn't really anything to do after perfection. Of course, I'm doing like a pretty massive challenge here where I'm trying to collect 999 of every stackable item. So that's completely... I wouldn't recommend that challenge to people just because it's so long. But you can find other fun things to do too, for sure. But if you're not done with perfection yet, then that's what you should go for. It's actually a very rewarding experience. There's a lot of things that you need to do. In terms of tips for perfection, ancient fruit or starfruit wine is your friend. Highly recommend just basically turning your ginger island farm into a ancient fruit or starfruit haven. And then kegging all of them for money. Trying to do perfection in 3 years, that's a good goal. 2 years is hard, but possible. And then 1 year is like very difficult, and you have to sleep through your first year to do it. Why are we talking about pie? Your comment's making me hungry. Bye-bye. The pie one, I assume. Yeah, it still takes a while. If you're just waiting on money, it's worth it to just sleep. As far as gifts go, there's enough love gifts that you can figure out what people want. But you should get as many rabbit's feet as you can to fill in the gaps. Exploiting prismatic shards. Prismatic shards aren't worth that much for how many you get. Of course, like, if you've got this many, like, that's worth quite a lot of money. But I need them for other things. In general, though, like, selling iridium bars is better than selling prismatic shards. Hey, Sharkana, welcome in. It's lovely to see you today. I have a conspiracy theory. I'm kind of scared, Muffin. Be careful. I use Priz for gifts. Oh yeah, Prizzies are really good for gifting if you can't find another love gift. You'd prefer to get quality love gifts, just because they give more friendship. But if you can't get it, then Prizzies are pretty decent for that if you don't have your rabbit's feet up. Golden chicken coops. That's post-perfection, Jim Jam. If you're still trying to get perfection, then golden chickens will not help you. Prizzy's a gift. They're mad at you. They don't stay mad long. Just keep petting them and feeding them, and they'll come back to loving you. Yeah, Muffin, I'm not reading that. I read most of it. Hey, Neo. I'm tempted to get a duplicator and just diamond and rely on that for love gifts. Not everyone loves diamonds, but quite a number of people do. I used the wiki a bit, but I was able to, like, fill a chest full of love gifts pretty quick. And then I would just spend the first 2 days of every week running around to everyone, giving them love gifts. And I was able to get to 10 hearts pretty quick. Like, for Kent, I had to use Rabbit's Feet because getting roasted hazelnuts was too tough. But yeah, for most, I think pretty much, like, all but, like, 3 people, I was able to find pretty reasonably to acquire love gifts. If they don't love diamonds, I just won't be friends with them. Iguana, we don't use exploits here. We're good people. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you can use that for sure, but wouldn't heavily recommend it. I think getting perfection by using duplication methods for the first time, it's just not as fun, right? You should try and beat the game with what it throws at you. Unknown, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I am not a good person. You're honest. You got that going for you. I enjoy chaos. I think my index finger is becoming stronger doing this. Oh, we just hit pi stream length. Is an iguana not a lizard? I don't know. I assume they are. They're both, like, reptiles, right? Ooh, my hand. 1 second. I wouldn't be part of any club that would have me as a member. That's a smart way to live your life, honestly. Google says iguana is a lizard. Uh-oh. Aren't they some sort of platypus? I think everything is a platypus in some way. Ginger Island does not have crows, no. Which is very nice. Ginger Island is a paradise. It has parrots instead. No, basic questions are good to have. Don't worry. Good question. Oh yes, if you would like to set your pronouns and make my life easier, you can do so using that site. Although it looks like it's not working for me today. I haven't seen any. Oh no, there's some. Right in my face, I'm not even seeing them. It's an extension you can get to see pronouns for people on Twitch. And specifically, it helps streamers out, because then we can refer to you by pronouns other than they, them. Or guessing. Guessing is probably worse. Imagine knowing your Twitch login, which you're literally logged into Twitch. Why is there something and not nothing? Because Concerned Ape designed it that way. And you might say, I'm not talking about Stardew. And I might say, I'm not either. Boom, that's the sound of my mind. Checking to make sure your pronouns are up to date. Yeah, I try to not do that, Blush, but I've definitely done that before. Especially with typically masculine sounding usernames. It's kind of hard to get out of that habit. I try to use they, them if I don't know. Yeah, it's very nice. Hey, Crafty. You can just download new pronouns whenever you want. How do you see it or others? You've got they, them right now, Crafty. You have to download the extension to actually see others. But if you fill yours out, other people with the extension can see it. It basically just shows up next to the name. It should show up next to yours as well. There's a huge variety of Minecraft streamers. Plush. It might take a second to load up for you, Crafty. It always does for me when people change theirs. It won't, like, show it right away. Let's see. Do I see it on mine? Yeah, I see it on my own. Interesting that's not showing it for you. You don't have any, Muffin. It's not showing anything for me. Dinosaur. I actually would not know how to use that. There's 3! Yeah, they have got a lot of different options. She, they is pretty common, I feel like. At least among people I know. I feel like half my friends use she, they pronouns. How would you use Faye Fair? I don't know. I have trouble with words already. It's tough for me. Honestly, I might default to they, them if I saw that again, Iguana. Sorry. If you could show me how. I really do have trouble with, like, making things work like that. I'd have to practice. Yours are she, her right now. I don't know. Iguana had those as pronouns at one point. I thought it was kind of cool look sounding. Yeah, I already have trouble, like, pronouncing words. Making sentences work is tough for me. Thanks for the morals, even if they weren't so good. You can catch these / hands. Ugh. Alright, guys. I hate to end things a bit prematurely here. Yeah, Leah gave me a moral. But I'm feeling pretty tired. I don't know about you all. Whew. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to go ahead and see who's live. Let's go there. Well, I'm going to be streaming in the morning. Bright and early at 11:30 EST. We might even be doing another video tomorrow morning. I haven't decided yet. There's another one I want to do. I even talked about it during my video. But I might want to get this one out first. Oh, I have to do that tonight, don't I? I'll reach out to Ava. We're going to raid Joe. It's been a minute since I've raided Joe. And Joe is currently suffering trying to get a Neptune's Glaive for like the 3rd stream in a row. So let's go ahead and send everyone on over there. Joe's a pretty cool streamer. Really cool dude. You're going to have a great time on over there. Joe Rogan? No. Someone much cooler. Bye Shark Anna. Bye Iguana. Bye Jim Jam. Bye Plush Marionette. Bye Cat. Bye Maz. Bye Witch. I do not have school tomorrow. Bye Squatch. See you later, Zonly. Bye, Spike Princess. Goodbye, Athena. Goodbye, Daymare. Goodbye, Waffles. Thanks, everyone, so much for hanging out today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again, all, in the future. Bye for now, everyone. Bye, Eerie Rose.